Last time on Grey Cells. After taking a job from a classy broad in a smart dress, the dicks from Shot in the Dark find themselves in hot water. A simple investigation into one man's late-night rendezvous leads to the discovery of a mobster's young son, saved from duress by a humble chef with a heart of gold. Our selfless detectives take pity on the chef and her charge, but soon find themselves hoodwinked by the sinister Petrucci family, whose hired goons succeed in capturing Heather, the plucky straight-shooting reporter working with the Shot in the Dark team. Outgunned, seriously injured, and with one of their number held captive, options are running out for our heroes. Join us now as we tackle the thrilling conclusion to Grey Cells, A Shot in the Dark.
As the sun sets, a lot of you find yourself hunkered over mugs of bad instant coffee in a seedy motel somewhere downtown. You picked just a random place off the street to stash Lorelei and Leo. And now, a lot of you confer about what your next step is. With trembling hands, Lorelei says, I'm grateful for your help, really I am. And I'm sorry what happened to your friend, but we can't go back to him, no matter what. You understand that, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. You know, Petrucci's a bad guy. We won't let you get messed up in it. All right.
Thank you.
But what do you know about him?
I wish I knew more. I mean, he's definitely going to ask for something. He wants his son back. And if he has one of your friends, it doesn't look good.
What about his operations? Like anything we can pin on this guy?
He kept most of it separate from me. He didn't like to do business at home. The only thing I know is that he had something coming up soon. Some big operation in the next day or two. A bunch of his guys are coming in and out of the mansion. That only happens when there's something going down.
Any personalities that you particularly remember?
Let's see. Does she recognize any of these people? No. I mean, I was in the kitchen most of the time. I could only sometimes hear what they were talking about. Rarely did anyone ever actually go in there.
What about faces? Some kind of descriptors? They have scars or tattoos or something like that?
I think they all do.
Scars and tattoos. But
Yeah,
particular ones, you know? Maybe they got an anchor with a snake instead of an anchor with a lion or something.
Honestly, I tried to stay away from anyone like that. I'm sure you can understand in my position. There's a lot of regulars, but I mean, I'm sure you know more about them than I do.
What are you trying to insinuate?
Well, I mean, you used to be a police officer, right? You mentioned that.
Yeah, I've ran into Petrucci's men before.
Yeah, so you know what they're like. They're new boys in town, then they're trying to make a scene, you know? Trying to make a name for themselves. And that means trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, means lots of trouble. All right, well...
Could we perhaps not give him his son and give him the sun?
I don't know if he's an existential type. I mean, he might believe in life after death, but not the talky kind.
You worked in the kitchen. Is there any way in there that underguarded, maybe through the back door in the kitchen, possibly like if there's, say, an event happening soon, which we could sneak in as staff?
Sure, I mean, I did get out through one of the back ways, but I'm sure they've worked that out by now. I can try to think of something if you want to sneak in there, but, I mean, it's going to be guarded.
We can pretend to be chefs.
Yeah, that's...
Smart! I never would have thought of that.
And gardeners.
They might need a new chef. How long ago did you, leave?
Less than a week ago.
And what was the agency you were hired through?
Well, I mean, I got hired out at a college.
Oh. Well, maybe we could just rock up on the doorstep in a chef's outfit or
And
something.
the only problem is, hasn't Horace seen you guys?
Yeah.
Mustaches.
Mustache.
Fake, you've got that fake mustache.
Heather had the mustaches the whole time.
That's a problem. That's a big problem.
Then take off the mustache for you. Everyone else
But
has
that
the
could be a way
mustaches.
she could escape. If, like, he's out of the room and she takes her mustache off, he might just think he's got some random dame tied up for no reason there.
There's one other thing. I know that somewhere in town, Caesar has a vault hidden with a lot of his loot in there. Like what he's made from extortions and robberies, that kind of thing. He doesn't keep any of that on his premises because, well, he figures if it's kept obscure, that's the best way to defend it. I don't know where it is, only that it's somewhere. I sometimes see people talking about it.
Well, maybe it's time I talk to Theo, huh? The young kid I know, he signed up with the Petrucci's a while ago. I mean, I've known him for years on the block. He eventually moved up. He fell in with that gang. I didn't think it was good, but maybe I can spin him an angle. Say Petrucci's like he's this far away from getting caught, and maybe he'll come over to our side, give us some inside info.
Maybe. I mean, Petrucci runs his gang pretty tight. But it's worth a shot if you know someone.
Well, talk to his mother. I mean, I'll find him at his mother's place. He's a big boy, you know.
The way I see it, you could either try to find your friend and rescue her, which is risky, or perhaps find something to trade for her. If you can
Petrucci.
find something he wants, or something he's afraid to lose more than his son,
More than his son.
We robbed the vault.
well, I don't think Caesar really cares that much for Leo. She says, like,
She lying? How do we
he's got
tell?
him. He's got him right next to
Observation.
her,
I roll
and
observation.
the kid is just
I
like
fail.
listening to all of this. We'll talk about what happened with your injuries in a moment.
That's right.
Yeah, you got slightly shot.
That's all right. It's not the first time.
So, I mean, I don't know how you people want to proceed, but if there's anything I can do to help apart from turning myself or the boy in, I'm happy to.
Alright, well, we're not turning the boy in anytime
Yeah.
soon. So just hunker down, look after yourself. We'll take it from here.
All right. Do you have a phone number I can reach you on?
Well, cell phones aren't around.
You give me an office
But yeah,
number.
I'll give you our office
Give her a
number.
business card.
I might,
Yeah.
depending on how long this takes, I might
Report
move
out
around a
business
bit
cards.
because, well, no offense, but you all know where I am, and if something happens to you guys,
Yeah, no, very fair. Good move. Really good move.
Well, what about your cop friend? Maybe she can, like,
Yeah, actually, well, why don't I call my cop friend Eddie?
show you
She
got some
winces.
questions as well.
I don't know. I mean, Caesar's got people in the police. Unless you really trust this guy and the people he works with, I don't know if protective custody is a good choice.
Look, I think that maybe just, like, go to a place and we'll just bring him around and he can just talk to you and then he can leave and, you know, and then you can move again. But I
Okay.
think, like, just... It's good for us to know these things, but I think it's also important at this stage for the police to start tying things together.
All right. If you trust him, then all right, I'll talk to him, but only him, okay?
Yep, got it. You have my word.
All right.
Alright.
Thanks. She
That's-
sips the coffee. And as the camera like zooms in on the coffee mug as it like ripples in the darkness, let's talk about your injuries. So you got shot pretty bad. You took.
I was calling from the hospital with these guys, right?
Yeah.
This
You're
whole
just
time I was
phoning
on
it. It's all a conference.
Oh, I thought we just took you with us, and you were just
No,
lying on
No,
the
we
sofa
did
going.
drive to the hospital eventually.
Guys,
I went straight to the hospital, but I was in the cafe with you on telephone.
So you
Next
got
to Martha.
So after everything that went down, you had a bit of time to get yourself patched up. So can you make me a recover check, which isn't on your sheet?
Okay.
That's okay. It's just a difficulty 4 muscle check, and
Oh, I
the
got
better
some of
you
that.
do, the better you do, the more you recover. And because you can also spend some cash to actually get real medicine applied, or perhaps some quote-unquote painkillers.
Does my cash replenish from last game?
Yes,
Okay, because
Yeah.
I bought some really good coffee last game.
you did. That was some great coffee, or a lot of bad coffee.
Oh, for somebody else, but that's alright. Yeah, I will burn my cash to use one more dice.
It actually gives you an extra just recovery.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Because
That's-
medicine's great. Let me just.
Well, I got on my roll. I got 1-5
Mhm.
and 1-3, so it means I get one whole bar back.
Sure.
From that.
Okay, so so you took 3 status, right? You got shot in the chest.
I
That's too
scratched out 2 bars from my 4 bars. Was it 4 bars or 3 bars that I had?
That should have been 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you scratched out 2, that's fine. So you got a partial success.
I got on the 2 dice that I rolled 1-5, 1-3.
Cool. So difficulty 4, that's a partial, which means you clear 1 status box.
Okay.
And because you spent money,
I know a
clear-
miracle doctor.
yes, you know Miracle Doctor, also known as a back alley patch who doesn't ask questions.
He does the thing where
we
he
hate
unscrews the
you.
back of the bullet, pushes it through, and then lights the gunpowder.
Makes sense.
Ah!
At
Because
least
these
it's
actual
cauterized.
You're there offering crystals.
And yeah, so that means you get to recover both of your status.
Oh, nice, nice.
Mhm. So you're back. Like, you're not feeling great, but at least you're back in fighting shape. For now.
I like being patched up. It makes me feel like I was younger.
Yeah. The
Except
guy
that I'm
gives
not,
you...
so it hurts more.
Yeah, the guy says, here, take these. He hands you a couple of pills and a quart of vodka.
Thanks, Coolio. I'll call you in the morning.
You got it. Now, try not to get yourself filled with lead no more. I don't have
What?
that many customers.
How else am I supposed to go fishing?
People use explosives these days, look it up.
Alright.
Anyway, so the darkness of the coffee mug ripples into the next scene, where Heather, you're not in the best shape you've ever felt, and when you awaken, you start. Your face is slightly worse for wear. They didn't go too rough on you, because pretty quickly they figured out that you didn't actually know what it was. So fortunately, ignorance saved you from the worst of it. Can you make me a muscle check to see how well you resisted the beating you did receive?
Oh, boy.
This is gonna be terrible.
Just give me a difficulty 4. Nothing
No.
doing? Okay. So
Right.
let's say you took 1 bruise status.
Flood.
Yep. So Mike is down as bruised, but you had some time to sleep it off. So give me another recover check to try to feel a little bit better about the whole situation. Difficulty is gonna be 4, but you have shift minus on because you're already bruised. So best of luck. The value goes down by 1.
That's a 5.
That's a 5, goes
Yeah.
down to 4, which is you feel great.
Excellent.
I mean, you don't feel great, but you do recover the bruise condition.
Okay, so I'm just back to normal.
Yeah, you're back to normal for
More or
now.
less.
Yeah, basically, as you shake, well, it wasn't much of a sleep, but it got the job done. Once you shake yourself awake, you remember what happened. You were brought to the Petrucci mansion and tied to a chair where Caesar had some of his boys ask you some very pointed questions about the location of Lorelei and Leo. How much did you tell them about your investigation and anything you've been up to?
I might tell them, I have no muscle and I got beaten up, so I might tell them that we were hired to look into some questionable marital exchanges.
Right.
And we just fell into all this and I know nothing about his son.
All right. Yeah, after...
What's a son?
What's a son? I don't know. How do babies work? Anyway, so after a while, they seem to accept that you don't really know anything, and Caesar says, "Get her out of here." Where should we put her, boss? You know where. Just don't keep her here. Odds are we're gonna have cops sniffing around in a couple of minutes. And yeah, so after that, you got a bag put over your head, and you got taken elsewhere.
Brilliant.
And now that you wake up, somewhere underground, there's like a hiss, and you look around and you realize that you're tied to this big boiler. with like a whole bunch of pipes going into the walls and up. And it's off right now, fortunately. But you imagine it's a pretty big boiler and it could get pretty hot. Luckily, it's summer at the moment, so that's why it's not in use. It is, however, pretty damn sturdy. You appear to be... Why don't you give me an observation check, and we'll see where you appear to be. Difficulty can be 4.
Nope. I know nothing.
So, all you can really tell is that you're in a basement. Like, there's a bunch of crap around you. Some of it's in reach, but not a huge amount of it. And yeah, like, there's stairs going up. There appears to be only one exit. There's some light coming in through a very narrow window on the side, which is like... It's going to be hell of a squeeze, even if you do manage to get yourself untied. And yeah, you find yourself in not the best situation. And after a few minutes, the door creaks open, and someone starts clopping down the stairs. Whew. I'm just gonna hand this. Oh, not you, not you. You! What? Can you pass this down the line, please?
Thank you.
You see a woman come down. She's got a glass. She's holding a glass of water and says, "Well, you're awake then. Hope you didn't have too bad a sleep."
Probably not the most comfortable place I've ever slept, but I mean...
Are you saying this isn't the height of hospitality?
I
Come on,
slept
this is
in worse
this
places.
is the Pajooji luxury suite. I'm sure you have. She pinches your cheek. So, how are you feeling? Ooh, you got a bit of a shiner there.
I wouldn't know, I can't see it.
Well, trust me, a little bit of powder, that'll fix right up. Thirsty?
I question whether or not I should be taking the water from the strange person.
Or do you just like look at it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you give it a you give it a doubtful glance, and then she's holding it, and she just tilts her hand and just spills it on your shoes. It's like, oops. Well, I'm sure you can lick it up if you need to. So if you need something, don't be afraid to scream. She turns around and starts walking away.
Brilliant. She leave that glass?
Oh, no. As she walks away, she clops back up the stairs, shuts the door, and give me an observation check. Difficulty is going to be 3.
Yes.
Big
two
success? Big success. Cool. So she starts talking to someone through, back upstairs, and you realize you're not hearing her through like the door because the door's pretty well sound insulated, but it's actually reverberating through the pipes of the like boiler. Yeah. So the boiler's got pipes that lead into all the rooms, and the sound in the house is echoing through them down to you.
So I can use them to eavesdrop on everyone.
Yes.
Yes.
And as you listen in, like the sound is kind of warped and whatever, and it's kind of hard to make out all of what they're saying. But you hear her say, "Well, she's awake." So what are we meant to do with her? I don't know. Caesar just said to keep an eye on her. It's a waste of time. We have things we need to be doing right now. Just be cool, all right? We just got to ride us out, then we can take care of it.
Why?
Very interesting. So, you have a chance to look around or do something. You're tied to this pipe with like a pair of handcuffs, and they look fairly solid. But I don't know. Have you ever like gotten out of handcuffs before?
I mean, I don't see why she would have. I feel like that's not really part of
It's
the
not something
Rookie Journalist Training Academy.
Fair
More
enough.
like getting coffee and making copies.
So, no art of escape. But, I mean, you've got agility too, so you can always give it a shot, but it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
going to be easy. Alternatively, you can try to take another look around or try to make use of something around you.
Yeah, I'd probably look for something that I could potentially use to assist in removing the handcuffs.
Cool. Alright.
Yeah.
Give me an observation check at difficulty 4.
2 successes.
Nice. All right. So you look around you, and so this basement seems pretty well stocked in terms of just like crap you keep in a basement, and that includes tools. So, pardon me. There's like a bit of a workbench nearby with a bunch of drawers and stuff, and some like files and things scattered on its surface. It's kind of out of reach, but with a bit of finagling and like, you know, shrugging off your coat or something, you might be able to pull something to you with extended reach. Do you want to try that?
You said the door was pretty well insulated, right?
Pretty well.
Sound-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a go.
All right, cool. Give me an agility check. Difficulty is going to be 4.
No, I fail miserably.
Okay, so, yeah, the scene is you try to shrug off your coat, but with handcuffs on, that's like really hard. So then you try to like tear the fabric to get them off your sleeves and that kind of thing. Then you remember you have a belt and maybe you go for that. The point is, it takes you a while to really get any kind of forward movement happening. And by the time you get a workable solution done, and start like reaching for the tools, we cut to these guys. So, you return to your office, I suppose, to like reconvene, reconnoiter, that kind of thing. And no sooner have you walked into your corridor that you realize something's wrong. The door to your office is ajar.
Did you forget to lock up again?
No, but it's always like that. The lock don't work.
Does the lock actually not work?
Should talk to your landlord.
We were all together again, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got it
I
from the
pull out
hospital.
my pistol and listen close to the door. I sneak up quietly to listen to the door.
Alright, give me an observation check, difficulty 3.
Yo, hey, I got one.
Cool. So you don't hear, the only movement you hear inside is like the vroom, vroom, vroom of like the lazy ceiling fan. And it looks like it's kind of grinding a bit.
Do I know if these hinges squeak?
Of the door?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, knowing your building, yes.
Yeah. Alright,
However, you're pretty sneaky.
cool. I take my hat off
Mm.
and I grab an umbrella that's in a hat stand nearby and I go pushing the door open while moving the hat.
Yeah.
And I give the gun to one of you guys.
I have my own gun for sure.
I'll
No,
stay.
Dustin Moonray.
I've just got my finger out.
I have a very like it's like a David Bowie film. Give him the gun. It's like. No, I'll give it to JJ.
Aw.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're a detective, right?
Yeah.
You probably already have a gun.
I got 2.
Then I'll
Even better.
then I'll keep it in the hand
Sure,
opening
sure.
the door. So the umbrella's
Okay.
like,
So, no one shoots off your hat, which is nice. But inside, you see that the place is a mess. Like, someone's knocked it over. Like, the ceiling fan, that's what you heard. It's like sitting at an angle, like someone smashed it with something, and it's like come partly out of the ceiling. But your desk has been turned over, some furniture has been broken, the place is a mess. And what catches your eye first, and what is obviously the last to be described in the scene, is on the wall, written in what looks like red paint, is the boy for the girl.
Guys, these raccoons are getting out of hand.
Alright.
damn beatniks.
Is the phone still working?
I'd say that's a luck. That's probably down to luck.
Alright.
It's probably around 50-50. So just give me a 4+, and if you get it, then it works.
On just one dice?
Yeah, just one.
Yeah. Nope.
All right. So you pick up the phone, and there's no dial tone, and you look, and like something has smashed the wall socket where the phone line connects, and that's gonna take a bit of fixing.
Oh god damn it! All right, okay. You guys clean up, see if anything particular is missing, and can I go next door and just knock on?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just keep
try to get
going
the
until
phone.
you find someone who can let you use the phone.
Do you have
So,
any sugar?
I take you wanna
Or if there's
ask,
a payphone downstairs, actually that's probably more sensible. Is there a payphone on like the street? or
Yeah,
something?
yeah, almost certainly.
Yeah, so I go to the closest payphone.
Yeah.
I call my mate Eddie straight up. And I go, Eddie, you need
Hey.
to.
Betty, what is it?
Hey, look, we need to meet at the normal spot.
Okay.
All right.
What time?
Can you meet now? Can you come now?
Give me 20 minutes.
All right, I'll see you then.
Yeah, so you rush out of the building to go and meet Eddie. You guys, what are you after? What are you interested in?
I'm kind of looking around the crime scene, and I want to
The
do.
feng shui is all.
I had my pot plants there, and I had my shrine there, and now it's ruined.
Is the
There's
crowd
like-
okay?
There's just like a bunch of potpourri that just spilled across the floor, and it smells nice, but it's just like, oh, the energy is it's all over the place.
My exploit is forensic process, and I want to see if I want to kind of feel the energy of the room and see if anybody who did this has possibly left any clues as to who they are or where we can
Absolutely.
find them.
Send some
Absolutely. All right,
chi
so
energy, maybe.
that's checking
Yeah.
crime scene out
By
with
sensing.
your education rather than your.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so give me a education check. The difficulty is gonna be 4.
Speak to me. Oh my.
That is a big old nothing,
That's not good.
and I'm pretty sure you rolled too many dice as well. So,
I did too, sorry.
no, but that's okay. Because still 0 successes on as many dice as you like. So, yeah, you spent a good 15 minutes just centering yourself in the room, and then you snap your eyes open and point to the message on the wall. They were here to send a message.
Cool. So
You want a taco?
they're trying to tell us something, guys.
Yeah, you want
But I'm
extra
not sure
Chipotle?
what. So, unfortunately, that's all your forensic investigation has to reveal.
Can I use dig deep to discover a link between this and an individual?
Usually you have to dig deep into a store of information.
Oh,
So
okay.
you can
Right.
you could look into your own
I will.
records and see if something's missing. I'd allow that.
That could work. I assume they came here for a reason, so
Well, they
unless
would've-
they're just looking for the boy, and then if this is the case, they're looking in the wrong spots.
they could have been trying to find out how much we know.
Tell you what, I might use observation first just to see if I can find anything missing,
Sure, alright.
and then
So give me difficulty 4. Observation check to see if anything is like gone.
One.
Alright, so partial. You nothing? Okay. So you guys took on this case pretty recently. You probably don't have that much in the way of documentation regarding the case.
we didn't even
How
get
professional you guys
we
are.
didn't even get a
Documentation?
signed document saying we would find anything out. They just handed us money.
Yeah, sure. It was a verbal contract.
It was a verbal contract with
Uh-huh.
a woman.
Very professional.
We're old-fashioned like that.
Yeah.
So you don't see anything in particular that's missing. Definitely, like your filing cabinet has been torn open, and like usually it's under lock
Hey,
and
let
key.
my moths escape.
Usually that's locked, so someone must have taken a crowbar to it. But it's scattered everywhere. You go through it all, but like there's a couple of years of records in here, and like a lot of them are unsolved anyway. So
I'd say 99% of them, to be honest.
you don't know if they. Well, firstly, you don't know if anyone could actually find anything they were after in these to begin with, but you can't tell if anything's really missing. But it doesn't look like it. Yeah, from closer examination, it doesn't seem like they stole anything. But that's probably only because he didn't have anything to steal.
Is the bourbon smashed?
The bourbon's gone. Wait. Was it good bourbon?
God no.
It's still there. Alright, so Betty,
Yes.
you go to meet Eddie.
Yes.
And he meets you at the usual cafe where he's getting a couple of donuts and coffee. And as you approach, he holds one out to you.
Oh yeah, thanks, Eddie.
Long day, huh, Bates?
Longer than you know. Alright, so, let's go for a walk.
Alright.
You
You're involved in a shootout early today, I hear.
Yeah,
You want to tell me what that was all about?
yeah, no, I do. Were you followed here?
Followed you. I'm a police officer. Who'd follow me?
Other police?
Let's see if anyone was following him. I'm just gonna roll dice for no reason. No one was following me.
Alright. Alright, can I do my own, like, look around check? Not that I'm great at it.
Sure.
Oh, actually, I'm okay.
Yeah, give me an observation check difficulty 4.
Partial success.
Partial. Alright. So, you look around, and as you do, you see like a car just like turn the corner and drive away, and the guy in the passenger seat seemed to have been looking in your direction.
Alright. I'm just gonna, like, kind of change direction as soon as he's out of sight and turn down the nearest alleyway. And once we're in, I'm gonna Eddie, it's Petrucci again.
Petrucci's.
Yeah.
There's no end to trouble with those guys.
Yeah, nah. Well, you know, not losing my badge for no reason this time. I swear to God, I'm gonna get him.
It's a long shot.
You know what? I think we're close. He's getting careless. He's getting sloppy. He's agitated. All right. So he's taken one of mine. He's taken the reporter that was with us.
Heather?
Yeah, Heather.
Damn.
Yeah, no,
That's real trouble.
it's real trouble. Yeah, indeed. But I also know you can't involve anyone else, right? He's got, Petrucci. He's got people in the cops.
I mean, this is a hostage situation. I mean, you gotta leave it to us.
Look, I don't trust. You know that there are bad eggs in there, and I know you're not one of them. But yeah, I know we disagreed on this, but there are. You've got to be careful.
Right. I'll watch my back, but promise me you will too.
Yeah.
I mean, these Petrucci guys are no pushovers. If they've got their friend and they're out for blood, your friend got shot.
Yeah, well, more people are gonna get shot and more people are gonna die if Petrucci's left to roam the streets. All right.
I like how the guy who got shot just like starts drinking from the skull blast. Alright, so what do you need from me?
I need...
If you don't want the police to go in on this, I mean, there's only so much I can do.
Look, maybe don't mention Petrucci, but I'm gonna need an APB out on Heather.
Heather.
And that's using my power.
It is using your power. I can try to keep it quiet. I can't guarantee the Petrucci they won't find out about it. But if they have her, and they have people keeping an ear out, they're gonna find out.
That's alright. Just do your best. And one last thing. And this, I swear to God, if I find you that you tell anyone, I will come for you. All right? Petrucci's got a son.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. We can't. He's with this girl. It's a long story. We can't give him back to him. It's not. We got to save the kid.
That sounds like the kind of thing where the less I know, the better off I am.
Great. All right. So, okay. But you haven't heard. No one's out. Is anyone out looking for him? Do you know that?
The kid?
Yeah, the kid.
We haven't got any calls about it.
All right.
At least not that I've heard.
No, I doubt they'd go through legitimate means anyway. All right. And have you heard anything about? Has anything come over the radio from Lorelei Connor?
That depends. Did you
Did
guys?
we tell him?
Yeah. Did you guys?
No, I don't
I'm
think
sure we didn't
did.
tell him anything.
All right,
so.
that's fine.
Laura Connor. I don't think I know that name.
All right, fine. It's not important. Forget I even mentioned it.
Oh,
all right. Eddie, I'm trusting you. All right.
All right. No problem, Bates.
All right. The phone and the.
I mean, Heather's already been put as a missing person, so police are already looking for her.
All right.
I'll try to get you something as soon as I can. All right.
Okay. Good. Thank you. There's the phone's busted in the office. Just call the cafe downstairs. They'll let me know.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Eddie.
Good luck, Bates.
You too. Stay safe.
Mm-hmm. We'll stay safe.
Just trying to write it past.
Just
All right.
slip that one under there. So, Who should go next? Chops, you haven't done anything in a while.
I want
Do you have any? So the main team. I'll go back to Heather right after you guys do one more thing. And what's that going to be?
I definitely want to talk to Theo's mother to try and get a lead on where this safe might be, because it sounds like
Right, you wanna find out
like
about
to
the vault.
me this Petrucci guy, Caesar, he wants to trade something for something, but we might be able to offer him a different trade. Like we might be able to steal something from his vault. And after being in the city a while, I know there's only a few things I'm good at. One of those things is getting into places I don't belong. So if I can find out where that place is, you better believe me and Dusty Moonray are gonna be inside that vault, dancing the shakalaka like nobody's business.
That's a fair call. All right. So, are you going to see Theo's mother or Theo?
Well, I want to see Theo's mother with the mind. I just want to go to dinner, and I want to go there a bit early. So I want to be in there in the house with his mother, having a good time with his family when he comes home. His hard day being a young upcoming mobster.
Okay, cool. So, tell me a little bit about Theo's family. Does he have mother and
Theo's
father
family,
at home?
they're an Italian, classic Italian family. They grew up in the Bronx. You know, they're having a hard time here and there, but they're hard workers. Dad works at the steel factory. Mom just looks after the family of 7, and kids get a bit wayward. Look, when I grew up, me and Theo were knocking around together doing stuff here and there, or at least I knew his mom. She looked after all the kids in the neighborhood, but then eventually she had some younger kids of her own, and we all looked out for her. We all looked out for them. And young Theo was always a good boy. He went to Sunday school. Good Catholics that they were. But eventually he started going down to different paths, and I was there to help him out a few times along those different paths. Alternative education is a big part of my my manifesto.
School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah. But I think he's fallen in with the wrong crowd in this instance, and I just want him to know that I'm around and I'm around his mom. I want the best for him.
Okay. So, like you're in the kitchen with his mom, and you're like prepping some pasta.
We're
You're
just
helping like.
eating lasagna.
Just having
Yeah.
These are my friends. You know?
So, as an Italian mother, she of course has leftovers, and so she warms up some stuff up for you guys. And yeah, you get mouthfuls of pasta, and you're treated well. And she says, "No, what brings you here? I don't see you. I never see you, Chops." Does she call you Chops?
Yeah.
Okay. Me Choppy. She pinches your cheek. Have you been eating enough?
Yeah, put the pinch
You're all
in.
skin and bone. What is this? What is this? You have a
I've got enough
bandage.
scars as it is,
You have a bandage. What happened? What happened? You tell me. You tell me what happened.
Look, these Petrucci's, they're just coming into our town and telling everybody what to do. They're bad business, Ever since I retired to the real estate business, I haven't had issues with people like that for a while, I can't just stick around
Real
all
estate,
the time.
very difficult business these days, huh? And she
that's
like
right.
pokes your wound.
Look, come on, I wanted to catch up with you, have some words with Theo about, how he's doing well, right? He's doing real
Words
good.
words that have something to do with this, huh?
No,
you getting my boy in trouble again?
No,
Hey, Choppy?
so I'm not getting boys out of trouble.
She takes like a big wooden spoon and starts like smacking you with it. You're in trouble again, Choppy, aren't you?
No, I'm not. We're detectives. We help the good guys now.
Detectives?
Yeah,
Are you lying to me in my house?
I am not lying to you. Look, Jesus, JJ, he's my boss, but he's also my tenant. He pays me to rent my place. Ever since I came up in the world, I'm retired. Here, look, have
He
a
owns
bottle
property?
of Ouzo.
Yeah,
working as a detective.
He's
I pull out a bottle of
a clean
Ouzo
streak
and
now.
give her as a present.
Alright, so she takes the bottle and says, "Oh, Choppy, I always knew you'd make something of yourself.
Yeah,
Just take careful with those paper clips." And she
Yeah,
pokes
yeah.
your wound again. Alright, so that scene continues for a while until eventually Theo gets home. And so Theo's like probably in his late teens, right? And he's like just getting into the family.
Mid-20s, yeah.
Early 20s, I call
Early
it?
20s, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, he says, "Ma, I'm home." Says, "Ah, Theo, mi amore, Lucas come to see you."
Hey,
Huh.
Theo. I stand up and give him a big
Oh yeah, he looks like
one-armed hug.
he's instantly on his guard. He's like,
Hey,
Chops.
hey, it's Chops, Choppy. You know.
haven't seen you in a while there.
Yeah, well, you know, I've been busy getting my nose clean,
Right.
staying out of
he-
trouble.
And you got some friends with you, huh?
Yeah, these guys are good. I needed some spiritual guidance to really point me in the right direction. So Dusty may look like he's just cleaning the furniture, but he's doing some feng shui. It's real good. He's putting everything in order to make sure that your stars are gonna line up going into the future.
Yeah, and these stars, they wouldn't happen to be in a nice blue sky, would they?
Oh, no good. As far as the eye can see, endless horizons, because you got
Give me
potential.
an observation check, difficulty 3.
I rolled a 6
Nice.
on my one dice.
Yes, so yeah, when he says like blue sky, he's referring to police.
He's like, oh, okay, yeah. So I'm like, no, we're private.
Right.
We keep it all in the
Because
middle ground.
no offense, but you got a bit of a cop look around about you.
Yeah, they used to be cops. This guy, I used to pay him. He used to be on my payroll. Now he pays me rent.
Oh, all right. No,
Yeah,
I know a lot. Some best friends used to be cops.
Yeah. We had a good
They're
time.
good-
We
they're
go
good people.
drinking down at Shanky's.
Shanky's? That
Yeah,
place still
look-
open?
Man, I tell you what, he got shut up a few months ago, but old Shankster, he just got back up again and started hammering the panels on the front door like it was yesterday.
Yeah. Well, you can't keep Shanky down.
No, though they tried.
Yeah, they tried 16 times, as I recall. Well,
But Theo, you know, I got.
come help me with this.
Yeah. Look,
tables
hey,
not gonna send it
Dusty, give it a hand. I gotta.
I need to put all the plates in the right order.
Yeah.
Hey Theo, show me your car collection from back in the day you got in your room.
Sure. So he takes it upstairs, and can you give me an agility check to arrange the difficulty is going to be... Well, the difficulty is up to you. How good a job do you want to do?
Well, I got a 3, so let's just say
Not
I
that great.
do a pretty average job.
All right, cool. So yeah, you don't break anything. So
Trip
that's
over
nice.
my scarf and
Uh-huh. Yeah, like you get some like, scarf threads a bit in the pasta, but it looks like noodles anyway, so that's fine. And so yeah, you take Theo upstairs to his room, and like he's probably got some like posters and stuff on there. He's got like a leather jacket with that's stenciled with. What group is it stenciled with?
Oh, it'd be the Hell Riders.
Mm-hmm.
We used to dream of having motorcycles, but we had like instead of hobby horses, we had hobby motorcycles.
Nice. Okay.
We'd ride around the streets as a kid.
Yeah, so like the bedroom looks kind of like a Gearhead sort of thing, where he's got like a lot of different stuff, and some of his tools even are still here. It says, "All right, Chops, what's this really about, huh?"
Well, you know, I've been around a long time, and I've seen a lot of groups come and go, and I heard you got mixed up with the Petrucci's. You're working for them. You're looking good. You're looking sharp.
Yeah, I mean they got good money.
Yeah, but they don't got good morals, and they don't look after their own.
Show me a family that does. Come on.
Look,
I'm just trying to make a living for myself. I'm trying to help my family.
I understand, but these guys, they're cutting such a fine line. I've heard it from a lot of sources that they're running a hard game, and the way they're doing it right now, they may fall soon. And I don't want to see, like, you're my friend. We grew up together. You know, I saw you come up on the streets. Any other gang, you know, these guys, they're just getting into all stuff. It's a bit too hard, you know.
Well, I mean, I heard that there's something going down that I don't know. I don't know. They're attracting all kinds of heat these days.
Well, yeah, it's a matter of what they're into, you know? That's the thing, is they've got the cops are buzzing all over them, you know? Like, my friend used to be a cop, he's still got some friends in the force, and they're like, yeah, these guys, they're gonna go down hard. They're looking for an excuse to take this guy down. It's only a matter of time. And I tell you what, if there was ever a time that you wanted to position yourself, ease out slowly, like, this is probably a good opportunity, you know? there's a couple of things that if you could tell me, then I would walk away tonight. You don't even let me know what happens. You know, you just tell me a couple of pieces of information, and then we all walk our own ways. And I tell you what, just have an accident tomorrow.
All right.
Okay, stay at home, take a couple of days with your mother, relax, and by then everything will be blown over. And either you just had an accident and you go back to work and nothing's a problem, or Petrucci's not gonna be in the game anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, I hear you. I hear you, Chops. What does he want to know? I
Well-
mean, I only know so much, right?
It's all right. Look, the main thing is I hear he's got a big buck up somewhere downtown.
You're looking to hit his vault? You're crazy. You
I'm
know
not
what these
looking-
guys do?
Yeah, I know exactly what these guys do. Look, I'm an old man. I gotta get one last job before retirement. The real estate business didn't work out so well. The bills are just piling up on the tenement, you know?
Look, if you try to hit Petrucci's safe, if you try to hit his vault, he ain't gonna stop.
Look, I got
He's
some
gonna
friends.
find you. He's gonna come after
This
you.
thing is watertight.
If you think this is watertight, then you're gonna get out of city like the same day, all right? Because if that man loses his money, he won't stop. He's gonna find you and he's gonna get it back.
All right. Well, either that or he's gonna kill all my friends. He's gonna do that anyway. He's already gone too far. I need some insurance to stop him from doing that.
It's a bad deal either way, huh?
It's a bad deal either way. I'm pretty much all in or I'm ended.
All right. But only because he helped my mama that one time, huh?
Yeah,
Well,
well,
if this was square.
all right, right. But I tell you what, I'll only come back for Christmases and birthdays.
And Easter.
And Easter, and I'll pay for your college. If you're out of a job here and this works out for me, I'm gonna look
You're
after
gonna pay
you.
for my college. You're gonna
Yeah.
pay for my college
Yeah,
with
I'm
Petrucci
gonna pay for
money.
your college.
Petrucci money's already paying for my college. What do you think I'm
No,
doing
it's
over
not.
here?
It's keeping you on the street, getting you in trouble.
Yeah.
I'm paying for your college.
Look. All right, it's not we're paying for my college, but I'm working in a shop, you know, like mechanics,
Call
that
it
kind of
what you
stuff.
want. You think I'm silly?
Cars,
You know?
cycles,
Well,
that kind of
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
What we
yeah.
dreamed
Where
about.
do you think they're coming from? Some guy just got.
It doesn't matter where they're coming from. The point is I'm working on them,
All right,
and I'm learning, you know.
all right.
You know how to take apart an engine, put it back together, make a car a different car. Maybe
man.
police don't recognize it so much.
I understand. But you just know the skills that I taught you, like how to steal a purse, how to honestly sneak up behind someone and slit their throat without that person hearing. You know, it's really pushing you away from your talent, your real talent.
Well, you know, you're right. I mean, that is good, honest work, but sometimes you gotta try something different. Sometimes you gotta get your hands dirty, you know? And he holds up his
Alright,
hands
alright.
and there's like some grease and oil on them.
All right. Look, let's try and make all our dreams come true.
Alright.
One address, one time. You won't see me till Christmas, or you won't see me at all.
You know, downtown, there's a chop shop called Valencio's. I have a full name here. Hold on. Valencio's Reconado Emporium. It's a big garage. You know, people bring their cars, get fixed, get scrapped, that kind of thing. Except some of the cars go in there, well, they're in pretty good condition. Thing is, it's hiding something. A lot of packages come, they get delivered, right? And then they don't come out, that kind of thing. And, well, I mean, we got all the parts we need from the cars, you know what I'm saying?
Any kind of upstairs or downstairs?
I don't know, it's all mainly one big garage, but there's a lot of people there.
Is it on the dock?
No, it's downtown. It's not far from the dock, about maybe half an hour drive.
Okay.
You can't miss it. It's a big place. But,
Alright.
I mean, Petrucci's guys, they're all over it. You got not just the mechanics, but, you know, a couple of toughs, making sure
Yeah.
it all stays safe, that kind of thing.
I got it.
You gotta be
Thanks,
real
man.
careful with this one, alright? Now, I don't know where the vault is, but, I mean, if it was out in plain sight, I would have seen it by now, yeah?
Yeah, it's hidden somewhere for sure. Look, that Uzo's just going away, so your mama's gonna yell at us any second. Let's go downstairs and eat.
Alright, sounds good.
Thanks, Steve.
Hold on, let me just wash my hands. He goes, oh, apparently he set the table with dirty hands, so you had your work cut out of you. Cut out for you, washing those dishes. And so yeah, a lot of you enjoy a nice home cooked dinner. What kind of pasta is it?
Spaghetti bolognese.
Hell yeah, spaghetti bolognese. All right. And a lot of you get fed. And then we flip to someone who's maybe enjoying a slightly worse meal.
Yeah. This
I
is
get
awesome.
food?
What are you getting up to?
Yeah. So the door creaks and you hear more thumping, and someone else descends down the stairs.
Just
Oh,
get
let me
visited by
navigate.
Everyone.
What? Let me navigate. Oh, here we go. Pass it down, please. This guy with a craggy face. He comes down and he's still got a cigarette in his mouth, and he says, "Hey, you must be Heather."
Last I checked.
Yeah, name's Monty. Sorry, I gave away the slip and now I don't know people's names. Sorry about Sonia. She can be difficult sometimes. Thought you might be hungry. He gives you a plate and it's got like a couple of sandwiches on it. Looks like tuna sandwiches, nothing too fancy.
Just not poisoned by chance.
Well, I don't know what they put in the water. I don't think the tuna in this is too safe, but I mean, it's food. Yeah, seeing your skepticism, like, alright. He takes one of the sandwiches and takes a bite out of it. See? Not dead yet.
Okay, I'll believe you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have some of the sandwiches.
Alright, so, yeah, it's kind of tricky while you're still handcuffed to get yourself some sandwiches. Let's see how... So you were trying to get something, like, off...
Yeah, I'm sure I've made
the
a
thing.
mess.
Yeah, and you've probably gotten something. So what tool would you like?
I mean, if I have a pick of tools,
Well, I mean, you
maybe
did
like a hacksaw?
you just like mess up the roll, so you'll get something like what you want, but it'll not be perfect. All right, so you want a hacksaw to get through the metal. You get like a pretty coarse file.
Oh yeah, so I'm just gonna
Like a
sit
big
there
old
with a
rasp.
bastard file trying to.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it might get through it eventually, but the thing is, you've knocked a bunch of other stuff off the table. So give me an agility check against this guy's perception to see if he like notices that you've been messing around. So he's not particularly perceptive. So difficulty can be 3.
One success.
All right. So yeah, as you eat, he looks around and says, "Oh, sorry, this place is a dump. I mean, not that. Well, I guess you're a prisoner, so yes. Look, sorry about this whole thing. I'm sure it'll get ironed out." He picks up some crap off the table, off the floor, and puts it back on the table. Anything we can get you?
I mean,
I
like,
guess-
with the whole prisoner situation, any chance that could come to an end? I'd like to finish my stay here in
Look.
Casa de.
Once Caesar gives a good word, I mean, you're free to go. Until then, I'm sorry, not a lot I can do.
Just don't have a lot of hope that that's gonna happen.
Well, I mean, I don't know the particulars, but if you're still alive, I mean, that's something. He must want you for a reason, right?
Don't
So?
know if that's a good thing.
You got any friends on the outside?
I'm not in the boiler room with me. Yeah, I got some.
Right, well, if they're good enough friends, maybe they'll make a deal or something. Maybe they'll... Well, I wouldn't recommend they try to spring you out, but... Oh, look, Caesar, he's a reasonable man. He's a businessman, right? I mean, I'm sure they just give him what they want. There's no problem.
Things always seem to be a little more complicated that in the real world.
Well, I mean, with the family, there's always something going on, right? But they're not the worst people, you know? They get a job done, that's all. It's just a job. And that's why I'm like, it's nothing personal, you understand?
Well, thanks for that. It's nice having a civil conversation after, taking a beating for a few hours.
Yeah, well, I mean, so they didn't do too much of a number on you.
I think
I mean,
they were
I've,
pretty light on me.
I mean, I've seen guys come through here in a lot worse shape than you. I think they might have taken it easy on you because you're a broad, but... I mean, I personally, I'd never hit a woman, but... That said, Sonia, you know, she pushes me sometimes. Anyway, if there's anything you need, just like, I don't know, you really can't knock on the door, but let us know, alright?
Sure thing.
Alright.
Can I use my momentum power?
Hell yes, you can.
I would like to use my momentum power. Right place, right time.
Okay, cool. So, he's going to... Okay. Do you want to use it while he's here? Or do you want to use it once he's left?
I don't mind, like, however it's going to work narratively.
Alright,
I'm happy
because
with.
I'm going to give you control of this because it's your momentum power. If you use it now, you'll hear something through the boiler, but he'll hear it too.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll wait for him to leave then.
Okay, cool. You'll wait for it to leave, and then somehow the stars align. And,
Yes.
it happens. Okay, so you wait for he leaves. You finish off your sandwich, and then you like get back to work with your file.
Yeah.
And you see, you don't see anything. You hear like rattling through the boiler another conversation. It must be somewhere else because the guy's only just left. And you hear a woman say, "Do you really think? I mean, Caesar's gonna have our heads if he knows about this. Do you really think we can trust Monty? Look, I've been with that guy for years, all right? And what we just need to sit tight, okay? Just because he's here doesn't mean Caesar knows what we've been up to." It's like, I know. I mean, come on. What else can it mean? He picked us to sit on this person. You know what's gonna happen to her? She's gonna get burned alive. This whole building's gonna burn down, and I don't want to be in it when it happens. Look, I'm sure it's nothing, all right? We'll just sit tight. We'll make the sale, and it's not a problem. And we'll have the money, and we'll be able to get out of here. Go ahead and note down an evidence point.
Just one?
Yeah, just one for now. Look, I know a guy. He's a fence, reputable, doesn't take sides. We can sell the goods, and Caesar won't know. All right? And then get a train down to Philadelphia. Nobody knows us. Leave Monty behind. Just split it, you and me. All right? You do know how to get a girl. You know how to smooth talk a girl, don't you? It's hell yeah, I do. And yeah, what else would you like to do? There's some like sucking noises coming through the pipes.
There you go.
After that,
Tell them to be quiet.
down in front.
I'm trying to nap here!
Tell them to have room.
I'm trying to be a hostage in peace.
Yeah. Should I call Monty back? Let's see if I can get Monty back.
All right. So you go for Monty, and yeah, I mean he'll come in short order. Says, "Oh, something already."
I thought maybe we could have a little chat about, you have some really interesting acoustics down here in the boiler room. Tap on the boiler a little bit. Probably not the best place to keep a hostage for future reference. But I mean, in this case, we're already here. So let's just say that I heard some interesting conversations just now between two other people in this building concerning an upcoming sale and plans to, ride off into the sunset together and cut a certain person who's in this room with me out of said sale.
So you seem to be trying to convince him that these guys are up to no good.
Yeah.
Right. Sounds good. So you've got one evidence point,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean it's also he likes money, and this is him losing money. So get an advantage die for that.
Mm-hmm.
So the difficulty is going to be 4
Mm-hmm.
to convince him that his friends are going to turn on him.
Am I using...
You're just using your evidence point
oh,
and an
so the
advantage
one
die.
point and the advantage. Okay, cool.
Do you have any grit?
I have one, because we reset.
Yeah, we did reset.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep that in your pocket.
We'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
I got 1 success.
Cool. Okay. So you can have him perform a service. You can have him answer your questions or volunteer information, and you can also tell if he's like holding out. How would you like to spend that point?
So we got...
He's like, "You serious? he like puts his ear to the boiler, and like there's all kinds of smooching noises. Like, that best.
They seem really into each other.
I thought she was. What the hell is this? What did they say? How much did he hear?
I heard that. I'll just relay.
Oh right, so
I
you're
feel
still
like
on
at this
everything?
point, I don't feel like holding any information from him is gonna be a
Sure.
benefit to me. The more he knows, the more likely he is to doubt them.
Okay, what is it you want him to do?
Turn on them and help me escape.
So I'm gonna say he can probably do one of those.
Well, I mean, if he helps me escape, then he's kind of turning on them anyway. So
Yeah. Okay, so I'll also note that it's a reasonable request. Turning on them at this point seems pretty reasonable, especially for a mobster. Helping you escape is another matter, because like that comes with all kinds of trouble. However, like if he turns on them, then well, that's less guys to worry about.
Okay. My other option, if he can volunteer up some information on the specifics of this thing that is happening, and maybe get that information to my friends on the outside so they could use it as leverage.
So you want him to?
Or is that getting him to do all of those things?
Okay. So
I don't have to leave
it's
the boiler
doing a
room
lot of
for
things.
this.
It's doing a lot of things. If you want him to like get word to your friends with
Right.
like some information, like your location, or like something about their deal,
The specifics of the deal.
like that they're talking about here.
Yes.
All right. So that doesn't seem, to me, that doesn't seem reasonable because like he is a part of that deal, and telling people he's like fucking over Petrucci
Yeah, okay.
is a real bad idea for him. However, like turning on those guys, I will totally allow.
Okay. So where do we go from there?
You don't even need to say anything.
Okay.
So like he listens to it for a moment, and he says, "Huh, "I think they can get one over on me. God damn it!" Yeah, he like pulls a gun, checks the revolver, and like heads upstairs. You hear through the boiler, you hear like the smooching being interrupted, and it's like, "What do you think you've done? It's like, put the gun down." It's like, "You think you can do this? You think you can do this to me?" You hear some screams, some wrestling, and then a couple of pops. Let's see who won. So he's pretty good at this, but there are two of them, but they're not expecting him.
They were very distracted.
They're very distracted. So I'm going to call it difficulty 4 for him to take them down. Let's see what happens. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so
How much worse have I made this situation?
well, he didn't fail. So there is that. If it was a crit, I would have said that they all die. Which would have been great for you, potentially. He got a partial. So that probably means he does kill them, but it gets back to Caesar pretty quick. So, yeah, there's the sound of gunfire, and yeah, this shot outside. You see some other people in the neighborhood like take notice of it. Like, what the hell's happening over there? I don't know. Should call the cops. Forget the cops. And someone just like uses a rotary phone. But those guys are now super dead. So, over to you guys.
That's him.
You just helped murder people.
I murdered no one.
Yeah, she was just a bystander.
Jesus.
So we're kind of rolling out of Theo's place.
What, full and
Yeah. I think we really need to pretend to be mechanics and break in.
I think
Theo's
I
got
think
grease.
We, need to be
We can
very
put it on his-
careful. I think we need to leave this place through the back door. I don't want anything coming back to Theo at this point.
what about if
So
we
we just
try
wanna
and
be
sneak in? What if we try and sneak in?
Yeah. So it
There's
is
got to
getting
be a
pretty
hatchway
late.
in the sewer somewhere.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, they're hiding the stuff somewhere in the building, so there might be some kind of underground entrance. I mean, this is an old city. There's a lot of places that a lot of underground cavities that you could put something. You know what I mean?
It is getting pretty late, so I mean the sun is set, and any legitimate work at the garage would have probably been done by now. Doesn't mean
That's
there's no
good.
one there, but
Let's go check it out.
You know what we could do though? I'm just thinking, like, there's another option. Like, we really just want to get our friend, right?
Mhm.
If Petrucci thinks that there's a police raid or some big thing happening at the mansion, he's probably gonna kill Heather. But if Petrucci thinks there's some big thing going on in his safe house, he's probably gonna bring all of his people there. And that might give us a bit of leeway to sort of like raid the manor house and get our friend Heather back. I mean, look, I see it's one of two ways. Either we do try and break in. I think he'd be less upset with us stealing our friend than stealing his stash. Like, we're stealing his stash. We gotta bring him down hard. We gotta get your friend. We gotta get the cop's friend in.
speaking of which, you get a message from Eddie
Yes.
who says that they haven't seen, like, the only thing they've seen of Heather is like a bunch of people. So you know that she went to the house, right? And he actually like did do a search of the property because like he has a warrant and this person was clearly abducted.
Yeah.
She wasn't there,
Okay.
right? What he does know is that some cars did go back and forth from the property. He doesn't know if one of them has it had Heather in it or not, but he does know that one of them was driven by a known criminal.
Oh. Paolo Raciti.
Pronounce it. I'm sure there's a
Paolo.
correct way to pronounce it, but let's just do a Paolo. Yeah, this guy is called Paolo. He's been working for Petrucci for a bunch of years. Used to be a what are these people called? Yeah, used to be a Luchetti boy, but apparently the Petrucci's keep calling his name straight. It's crazy. The Petrucci's made him a better offer. So yeah, a lot of bad blood between him and that family.
Did you get a number on that car?
Did I get a number on that car?
Sure, you got a number on that car.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was spotted going like to the east side of town, like near the docks.
Near the docks. Okay.
That's kind of in the direction.
Not too far from where you're going.
I think it might be worth us just all snooping around that area.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Because, I mean, if there's something going down in the next few days, likely it's going to happen at the docks. This place isn't too far from the docks. We might be able to find an inlet by the ocean. You know, maybe there's like some long pipe that goes all the way to this garage. I mean, does anyone have any kind of city official friends? Some kind of contacts who are higher up in the world who can, like, really just find us some kind of, you know, so you got that
Yeah.
that weirdo in the Cave Clan who lives on the ground, right, Dusty Moonray? That friend of yours who shuns sunshine and just like lives only for the night.
I'm looking at my contacts and trying to make it work, and that's just not working.
Or some town planner?
I could call someone in the legal profession.
What's a lawyer gonna know
Lawyer.
about underground
City
pipes?
planning requires lawyers.
Well, if property
That's
law.
probably admin.
Ah, that's a good point.
Okay, so
We've got medical,
so
legal,
Dusty,
and press.
what do you got in terms of?
Wait.
What?
Is this a new case? Is this a new session?
I
for
just
purpose
don't
of
think admin's
contacts?
going to help us.
So once you've declared your contact, it's permanent. Right. So if you've already spent your contact, then like you can call Eddie again. You can call Eddie as many times as you like, but your contact is Eddie. Right. Until you like level up and get your contacts and whatever. But
It's fine.
yeah. So
Oh.
if you've already declared your contact is Theo. So
No, it's fine.
Theo's your boy.
Theo's my boy.
I also have, well, I have that lawyer as well. Because I think Eddie I just ran
Has
into.
has anyone not declared their contact?
I haven't.
I have not.
And what are your tags?
You get academic contacts.
I've got medical, legal, and
Didn't
press.
you get like a local history academic?
Yeah, local history academic. Academics also good for like architecture, for like town planners and
Anthropology?
academic.
There was, I mean, Barnaby Winchester. I was very good friends with back in college. We both went through the homeopathic school together. You should have seen that guy with a sagebrush.
Nice. Alright, so tell me, where does Sir Barnaby Joyce... Is that his name?
Barnaby Winchester.
Barnaby Winchester. Barnaby Joyce is something
choice.
else.
He's a politician.
Right. You know,
Not a very good one.
yeah, the band was like Scott and Morrison's, now we've got Barnaby Joyce. It's all going on here. So, Barnaby Winchester. He goes by Sir Barnaby Winchester now. He
Of
wasn't
course.
actually knighted, but he changed his name, his first name to Sir. His middle name to Barnaby. So,
Didn't he go chasing that ghost streetcar in the abandoned lines underneath the city once upon a
Yeah,
time?
that's him.
did he catch it?
Well, I mean,
He made extensive maps though. I remember those.
Mm.
I made a few good bucks out of those maps.
Uh-huh.
he's never
it
been
is
the same
indeed-
since.
Yeah. So, when you find his place, he's actually just like rented out the space under a Chinese restaurant. And so, like, you're sitting in like the basement area where he's got like corkboards set up with like maps and diagrams and sort of things. While there's like the ever-present clatter of dishes and stuff from upstairs, and there's just this pervasive smell of cooking oil. And yeah, what does he look like?
I imagine him with like a crooked top hat with the top popped off and this enormous beard.
Nice, excellent. All right, so he's got like kind of
It's
a
the same
beady
outfit
eye.
he was wearing at the awards ceremony when he was knighted.
Nice.
Yeah.
No.
So he's got kind of a beady eye, and he's like slurping from a paper container of Chinese food as he says, "I'm sure they had those in like the 30s and 40s."
Yeah. Should go with it.
Sure.
Well, I'm walking
And
down
he
with
says,
armfuls. Guys, you know there's a Chinese restaurant upstairs, right? I got some egg rolls.
Oh, so you want to know about tunnels under a city?
Yeah, we believe that there may be a way into a facility that we've been tipped off
Not
about.
just one, many. Mole men, masons, the government, the FBI, they've all got stuff down there.
I don't see why we're not here every weekend talking about this stuff. It's very informative.
Look, he pulls, like, he's got this, like, one of those displays that you pull down.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that kind of thing. And yeah, there's, like, a whole bunch of things circled, newspaper clippings, that kind of thing. And it says, last week, the Gator King was seen in this part of the city. Now,
Oh my God,
that definitely
that guy.
that lines up, because recent criminal activity has been chased out of their area.
I've been telling you guys about
Normally-
the Gator King for weeks.
No, you haven't.
Smugglers always go for that part of town. Now, avoiding it like the plague. You know why? Gator King.
Oh, I mean, that's right where our place is. Maybe this Gator King and the Ferrucci guy. They're all linked. This is all.
Yes! Finally,
no,
someone
Here,
sees
I pull out my red string. I pull out my spare red string, or some
uh-huh.
packing string that's still lying around.
Yep.
And I start putting these faces. See, we've been seeing this Leo Petrucci guy, and he's driving this car, and there's the number plate, and then we got Caesar Petrucci. And I start putting all our links into his network. And
So he's a mole man, right?
well, this is what I think. I think one of them's the Gator. Maybe
Yeah,
the
because
mole men
if
are all
he's-
working for this Gator guy.
If he's
He's
the
a
size of a child, then he must be.
Exactly. He's not a child at all. He's a mole man.
Does that
He's
mean Leo
a child.
Petrucci's son is actually the inheritor to the Ghost Gator legacy?
It could be. And if he's driving a car, if mole men have learned to drive, I've got to tell everyone. I've got to tell him right now.
No. Or if you tell everyone, they'll find out.
You're right. Then they'll know.
I think we
What do
gotta.
I do?
I think we gotta build a case. Lalo, let us. We'll go investigate. We'll have a look for you, all right? We
What
don't come.
weapons do you have that'll protect us from the Mole Men and the Gator King as we explore the underground tunnels?
Yes. He like pulls open a wardrobe and says, "Take your choice." And in there, it's like, you know, it's kind of backlit, and you realize that the backlight is actually just dangling Christmas lights. And he's got like all kinds of pendants and charms, and
Can I take a crossbow?
he does have a crossbow, but you're pretty sure it was made by a 4th grader. You
That'll
think he
work.
had a son at one point before he kind of disowned his father. And yeah, there's a lot of weaponry there. Not much of it useful.
I take the
Like what?
voodoo doll, the Gurkha knife,
Yep.
and the holy relic.
There's a cross with like a switchblade built into it.
Nice. A holy relic. Write these things down.
This one, great for vampires.
You never can tell.
And at the bottom of it, he unscrews it, and there's like a pointy stake at the end of it. It's like, slash him with this end, stab him with this end, your job's done.
Vampire switch.
And if you want to go on down in the sewers, you gotta be careful. You should eat plenty of garlic beforehand.
Oh, we just
She'll
came
she'll
from.
fix you up.
We just came from Theo's mom's place.
Ah, how is she?
Do they have any
I'm just not
bludgeoning
even
style
gonna ask.
sticks?
So,
Like a mace or something?
No! Imagine walking down the street with a mace, just there going, hi.
so
Like a cudgel?
Did they
what
know?
useful information do you want from this guy? Because I'm pretty sure everything you just told you is irrelevant.
I want
He
to
does
know.
have- you said he's got maps, right?
Oh, sure, yeah.
So, can we kind of plot where this garage is on the map and ask him if well, we're trying to get into this place. Do you know if there's any secret
Underground
passageways or
entrances.
tunnels or anything that we can use to get in? We think that the mole men have their base here.
The mole man. There. That's where the breeding pit is? You
Uh,
found it?
Yes.
It all makes sense. It's by the water. It's got a fresh supply of cars, and they're learning to drive. It all makes sense. Yeah. He points out that a lot of these tunnels got renovated, but there's still a lot from the old city that's been blocked off. Some of these tunnels don't appear on the modern maps, but he pulls out another thing, like a plastic overlay. You can see here some of the old
Plastic,
things
that's fancy.
that have been bricked over. If you can get through them, you might be able to get access. But I mean, it's still going to be a brick wall.
But
Yeah,
I
he
see
shows
you have
you a
the
path
holy
you couldn't
sledgehammer
take.
of Saint Michael there.
I've got better. He opens the door, a drawer, and again there's a radiance, and you see in there so many crystals.
Nice.
It says, apply these at just the right places, and they'll weaken the structure. That way, at that point, you can push just right through like it was mud.
Do you have any dynamite?
If it
I'm an
should let me
old-fashioned-
down here with dynamite,
What about
I can barely
Molotovs?
afford a rent, much less dynamite.
Molotovs?
Molotovs.
It's not gonna
I've got
blow
some
up
cheap
wall.
whiskey.
Crystals! Have faith in the crystals! Can you see this guy
Yeah.
is touched?
I'm an
by
old-fashioned.
God?
I'm with him.
He's definitely touched.
Have faith in the crystals. Come on, dude. Be cool. Go with it. Have faith in the crystals.
You fucking crazy.
I'm gonna take a fistful of crystals, stuff one in each pocket.
All right, yeah, you take
the
some
one with the
crystals,
big one?
and so you know, so you do know a secret way into that basement. Except you'll have to go through a couple of brick walls to do it.
I
Like-
definitely take the holy sledgehammer of Saint Michael then.
Yeah, I mean, you can find your own sledgehammer, definitely.
Blessed.
Yeah, this one has been blessed, and it has +2 against sewer gators. So, all right, and that's all you want from this guy. Is all good?
Do you guys want to get anything else from this guy?
He's happy to talk to you guys for a long time, and indeed, that's exactly what he does.
Has he heard of
Just keep hopping him up.
Palo?
Like, if you give him the full name and actually want him to
Hello.
talk about.
Raciti?
All right, let's see if he has. So, this guy's probably pretty educated, but it's definitely outside his sphere. I'm gonna call it 5. He's got partial. He says, oh, yeah, he's a smuggler or something, a thief or something. I've always had to keep my eye out. I've got a list. He pulls out a drawer and has like a big black tome, and he's like, here, a list of everyone who's ever been charged in the city, so I know them by sight if they come in.
Are they just names? Or
There's a
does he
lot
have,
of
like-
names in here.
Like
Some of them,
drawings?
No, there's not even drawings or anything. He says he'll recognize them if they come in, but there's no like. And you also recognize some names in there who you're pretty sure are not criminals. But the point is, he's heard of him, but he doesn't know many specifics about him.
That's fine.
Does he possibly have a thermal lance just hanging around?
No.
Ah.
Almost certainly not. So, as the guy tells you about the importance of using renewable lances, we go back to the safe house, where currently in front of you, what's his name again?
Monty.
Monty. Yeah, Monty's just like pacing in front of you, going, "Fuck! What am I gonna do?" He came down with a couple of duffel bags, and just like dumped them on the floor, and you
Are
can
they
see.
bleeding?
Oh no, not like nipple-sized duffel bags. But you can see like there's the unmistakable glitter of jewels coming from one of them. That's like the zip is open. Oh Jesus! It wasn't meant to go down like this. What am I gonna do? Look, I'm sorry. I gotta run. I hate to leave you in a jam like this, but
I mean, if you're running, like, what's the consequences, right? Like, yeah, you can undo this.
Okay, so you're gonna need. If you can think of like something concrete, that'd be like it's a good idea to let me go. Then you might get some dice. You might even get some bonus dice.
Okay.
Yeah. In terms of what
If
evidence
you
you have.
run with
Okay, okay.
those duffel bags
I will
and
give
leave
you-
me here, I will be able to tell Caesar when he comes here.
Yes. I was gonna say you probably have some evidence points from you literally heard him shoot people.
There's that too.
All right. So you already persuaded him once, so his resistance goes up.
Oh.
But you do have one die from the evidence. Like, I know you killed these people, and I'll point them to you. It'll make it a lot harder for you to escape. And I'll give you a bonus die for threatening his safety. It's like, I won't even get a choice, dude.
2.
So, 2 dice, difficulty is going to be 5.
Grit.
Great. Let's go, great.
Grit just gives me another roll, right?
Oh, yeah, gives you another die.
5.
Hey!
Hey!
Is there a reasonable service you'd like her to perform?
Yeah, I'd like this to be unlocked, thank you.
Uh-huh. And he says, oh, fuck, I guess you got a good point there. I'm better off running for the hills at this point. And I'm already stealing from him, so... yeah, he, like, fishes into his pockets, pulls out the key, and, like, unshackles you.
Brilliant.
You got a place to go, or do you want to come with me?
I'll sort myself. You take care of you. It's better if I don't know where you're going.
Right, smart. Alright, good luck. You probably want to keep your head down, because, I mean, this is still Petrucci neighborhood. If anyone sees you, you're going to be in trouble. I mean, I can give you a ride if you want, but...
Okay, can you drop me off somewhere? Oh, somewhere near the office. That's probably not a great place to go. A motel that's not too far from the
you
office.
pick a random place near
Yeah.
the office.
Yeah.
And you... Yeah, he says, alright, we'll have to be quick. And please... Yeah, the two of you... Like, and if you could grab one of those bags full of jewels, that'd be just dandy. So the two of you, you run upstairs, carrying the bags of jewels, and rush to the car.
Can I grab
You
the
hop in.
plates? Can I grab the plates?
Yes.
Brilliant.
So you eyeball the plates as you go because reporter instinct, and you circle around to get in the passenger seat. And as he like puts into gear and starts revving the engine, you see in the rearview mirror, like down the side of the road, some cars are pulling in to come check out the commotion from earlier. He said, "Shit, that's gotta be them!" And you go, the tires screech as he rushes down the street. And he's going to try to evade them.
Yay.
Is there anything you can do to help him
Help him evade
evade them?
them.
So you've got at your disposal anything you had before, You've got a couple of duffel bags full of
Cream
jewels.
sandwich.
You might be able to like ask him for his gun. Or any other idea you have, which is probably better than any of these. Because otherwise it's just going to be him versus him.
No, I guess I'll find some way to assist. I mean, if he's driving, he can't really shoot, so...
That's true.
I mean, usually there's a spare somewhere under the glove compartment, right?
Alright, give me an observation check. Difficulty can be 4 to try to find a spare gun in a mobster's car. I mean,
I fail.
fail. Alright, so you look, you check the glove box, it's like, you look, you're looking for a weapon, and then you ask for his, and he's like, I can't give you my gun. I'm busy here. And he runs down the road, and he's going to try and make an agility check. So they're as good as driving as he is, so difficulty going to be 5 on 3 dice. Let's see how he does.
I can't assist, can I?
If you had found the gun,
Then I could have.
then
Yeah,
you could
okay.
have. But alas. Let's see. Oops, that's not a roll. Let's see how he does. You know what I didn't roll? 5s.
Great.
So, the chase goes, it doesn't last long. He turns a couple of corners, and then, like, the guys behind him lean out the window, start taking pot shots, and they take out the rear tire, and then you skid and crash into some garbage bins. Luckily, no one is hurt. Except for the two of you, who kind of get banged up a bit as the car crashes. Anyway, you take a moment to, like, reorient yourself as cars pull closer. You have an opportunity to do something.
I don't even know where he's keeping his gun, do I?
It's probably on his person. In fact, you saw where he pulled it from when he was, like, going to kill people. It's, like, in his jacket.
And that's an agility check, right?
To take it from him?
Yes.
Yes.
And then to shoot it would be outside of what I can do before they come and take me hostage again?
Well, I mean, you can take his gun with an agility check, and then you will have a gun. And then shooting people with it is also an agility check.
Or I could run, but that probably won't work out well, so I guess the reporter's gonna become a killer? Let's give it a go!
So running would probably be easier, because they are interested in you, but they're also interested in him. And if there's a whole bunch of jewels involved, they might be distracted by that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Do I even know the streets in this area?
Give me an education check. Difficulty 4.
I know them a little bit.
Yeah. So you've got some idea. You saw some of the street signs. You were paying attention as you were going because, well, like, okay, you were also looking for a gun, but you're also keeping your eye out for the street signs. So you've got some idea of where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You can probably try to find some, like, shortcuts and alleys and ways to lose them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll give you, like, shift +1 to escape.
So agility +1 extra dice.
So
shift +1, so
shift
move
+1,
up
you
1
can
dice.
increase the value of 1 die by 1.
Okay, cool. We'll give that a go.
So, okay, so give me a agility check. And these guys, say they're distracted by this guy, and there's jewels and there's stuff. So you just, like, stagger out of the car and start sprinting down an alley while the guy pulls his gun and tries to hold them off. So difficulty is going to be 4.
And I can't grab a fistful of jewels before I leave?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yes!
Why not? Yeah, normally it would be 5, but he's distracting and shit. So.
I got 1 5.
And
Cool.
And the 3
Turns
and
into a 4.
Turns
turns
into
into
a
a 4.
Hey, that's a full success.
Brilliant.
Cool. So, yeah, you take a fistful of jewels as you run away, and this guy, like, he leans out the window and starts taking pot shots at the people, and he is able to hold them off long enough for you to turn the corner, jump over a fence, and escape into the night. He obviously was not exactly trying to cover for you, he was trying to save himself,
Yes.
but
I took advantage of that.
yeah, definitely, which is a good move. Let's see if he, like, survives.
You know, just
You'll never get me, you dirty rat.
Yeah. So he, like, probably got pretty banged up in the crash. So he's going to take shift -1 to this. And it's going to be an agility check. Let's see how he does. Whoa! He actually quit.
Ooh.
Jeez.
Okay. So, yeah. He is actually somehow a complete badass. And as you like hear in the distance the popping of shots, whatever, boom, 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 you also then hear a car just like rev into motion and then drive away. He's awesome.
Should have stayed with him.
Yeah.
There were people coming to shoot at him and at me. I don't have any loyalty to him.
Well, apparently you just like got a lift from John Rambo, so yeah, that worked out pretty well for him. So you stagger breathless over the fence and into the night, while these guys, yeah, in fact, it's even better if so. It's a side shot of you running down the street, and then the camera just like goes underground, and these guys are walking the opposite direction through the sewer tunnels, and they've got the torches, and they're like, "We've got to save her." Okay, so you head through the sewers. You follow the maps, which you're really hoping are accurate.
100% faith.
100% faith. It's all in the crystals.
He was confident, so why shouldn't we be?
He's
Obviously. He
He
seems to know
met
what
the queen.
he seems like he knows what he was talking about. And you find a spot where it should lead to the vault, or at least to the room in which the vault resides. So you've got the holy sledgehammer. Which of you's got muscle?
I got 2 muscle.
I got 1 and...
One.
Don't any crystals like give you muscle?
Cool.
Not physical
All right,
muscle.
so-
Mental muscle.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can both have sledgehammers, and you can just get to work on this thing. So one of you, please roll me your muscle, and take advantage because I'm assisting you.
Oh,
So-
so I roll.
You roll 2 dice, and you throw one of your own.
Sorry,
And
okay,
so
my
these are pretty sloppily bricked up. So I'm gonna call it difficulty 3 to bash through it in the quick order.
Full
Go.
success.
Full success? Alright, so it's tasted a couple of cracks, bam, 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 and eventually you get a hole big enough to squeeze through. It made quite a bit of noise, but, I mean, the doorway is open.
Let's just hope that they were distracted.
Yeah, so there's...
I would like to, in this process, carefully stack the bricks up to the side so that we can
no. Oh yeah, put it back if
put
you need
it
to.
back. So if you said it's pretty loose, we're just going to lose the sledgehammers where we need to, and then try and pull whole bricks
Yeah.
away.
So you're going to try to do it as carefully as possible. Okay, and you do that. And you enter like the old abandoned section of the sewers, and there's like a whole bunch of like rats and spiders and things scutter away from you as you approach. And yeah, apparently, according to everything you've been told, on the far wall, that should be the vault. If you bash through that, you should be in.
Alright. Should we do it?
Let's peek around inside.
Yeah, there's just like this bunch of rats that are just like trying to move around you and just escape out the hole you've just created, and then escaping into holes you have no idea where
I
the
tuck my
Come from the
pants
leaves.
into my socks.
Good idea.
Tuck my jacket into my jeans.
Also good idea. Like it's super gross. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure in real life not many of these sewer walkways are actually walkable, but it's a game. We're fine.
All right. Come on, crystals.
Alright. I'm
It's your
gonna
time to shine.
place my crystals in the designated spots.
Uh-huh.
And
Do your feng shui. I'm gonna help him as much as I can. I'm gonna like go around with the whole
Can I
relic
so-
and be like,
make a roll for this.
Okay, so
What do I roll?
So the crystals themselves aren't going to do anything. If you have, unless they're like made out of some explosive compound.
Are they?
Okay, so if you have some manner of special crystals for a rainy day,
Mhm.
then you can make an education check
well,
to try to
where are
blast.
He
these
was
crystals
actually an
that were in
alchemist.
his drawer?
Yeah,
They're
I mean, he
like-
had all kinds of things.
They're
so
like
let's see.
gelignite crystals or something.
Yeah, let's just call it like crystallized nitroglycerin.
Yeah,
Like
okay.
that. Let's see if you picked the correct crystals, because there was a lot of weird stuff in that drawer.
There was.
Okay, so in order to get explosive crystals with enough potency to break open this wall, I'm going to call that difficulty 5 at least.
Okay.
So give me an education check. Someone can help with this if they're educated.
Sure, I've got 2 education, so.
All right, so you take a couple of yourself and just like sniff them, try to figure out.
Yeah.
This seems explosive. You got any 5s in there?
Nope.
No.
You got any grit?
I have 1 grit. I guess I'll use
I
that.
ain't got no grit. Just stop lighting them.
That wasn't a
4.
5. It looked like a 5, but it was a 4.
No,
Sad
I had
times.
3 4s.
All right, so you place the crystals upon the wall, and then you just like shine the UV light on them. It's like this should produce the effect we need.
All right, everybody, just wait. Any minute.
Yeah,
Any minute.
yeah, it doesn't. So they sparkle beautifully in the ultraviolet light, but apart from that, have no
Aw.
effect other than making you all feel like that's really soothing.
What?
That's really soothing.
But did the ultraviolet light show up any inherent flaws in the wall that might help us? Take
Given that this is
advantage.
like a really old wall and spiders and shit have been like messing over it for a long time, there's all sorts of things that pop up under ultraviolet light.
See? And
You now know where the wall is.
God, apparently crystals work.
I found it. The wall. That's what I was searching for all along.
Good.
Sledgehammer, perhaps?
Yeah, well,
It's
let me just say the right phrases. Oh, holy St. Michael's sledgehammer of destruction. Oh, Joshua, the battle of Jericho.
I just saw it, like-
Yes, have at it.
We got a 5.
Single 5. So,
But I'll spend a grit.
oh, here we go.
Because I have the grit restores.
Yeah.
So now
Each session you get it back. You
I
super
don't know
gritty.
when it's really-
So you
real
throw
gritty, yeah.
you throw an extra die in.
Yep.
Have you already rolled it? Or
No.
What?
But you know what?
No.
I'm super gritty and.
You can only add
Oh, okay.
1 grit
Then
to
I
It's
won't
not a
do
gritty
that.
city. Oh, I did add an extra die. I just rolled it then, and I rolled a 1.
So partial.
That's almost a 5.
We rolled 5 dice. We got 1.
Cool. Okay, so you start hammering away at it, and obviously the opposite side of the wall has been like reinforced because it's actually a in-use room. And it takes you a while to get through it, during which you make a lot of noise. And you can hear, especially as the wall starts to come down, a whole bunch of activity on the other side.
This is a good idea, right?
It's like shouting and
They're freaking
Are
out.
there
That
people
is a good
freaking out?
idea.
So are
what
there
we want
any
to do is we want to
in
get
the
out of
room?
here.
What's
And
that,
we want to
sorry?
get to a position
Is there
where we
anyone
can watch
in the
what's
room
going
that we're
on.
breaking
They're
into?
gonna blast
Almost
us through
certainly.
this.
Alright, this is what we
Wait,
do. Pretend
they
we're
making-
workers. And just.
We're not in a
Like,
Are
worker
they
Alright,
rate,
making
let's just-
noises like kind of about us? Can we hear
tunnel
that? Or
servicing.
is it just like
It's
general
just like,
noise?
what are you doing?
It's give me an observation check. Difficulty's gonna be probably 4 because you are actively beating down the wall as you're trying to do this.
Can someone
We'll
help?
stop.
Observe?
Everyone can do
Observe.
this.
Yeah.
So difficulty's gonna be 4.
Full success.
Hey, nice.
guess we don't need
so
to do
yeah,
anything.
you hear the
I got
unmistakable
two
sounds
arms.
of panicked cries. The noise happening on the other side is almost certainly in relation to you beating down the wall.
I laugh if we've got the wrong house.
That would be amazing.
Just a child's bedroom.
As you break the wall down, like
wait.
fluorescent light starts to stream through the holes that you're making. So whatever's on the other side is certainly like active.
If you guys want to keep bashing, hand me a gun, and I'll point it at the wall as you break it down.
We didn't want to get to the point where we even broke through the wall. At the point that we understood there were people on the other side of it freaking out about it.
Break the wall!
Look, we're already in this now.
Violence does things to me, I'm sorry.
I mean,
No, we're not. We can just walk away. That wall's not down yet. They don't want to break their own wall down.
look at this way, guys. I mean, if you don't do this, then your friend is doomed.
Is Bertucci likely on the other side of that wall?
Pretty unlikely.
All right. Then what I do?
Oh, Bertucci's not there. I'm not interested. Let's go up.
It's dark on this side. It's light on that side. We got an advantage. There's a little crack.
Sure, you can look through. Okay, give me an observation check.
Can somebody else have a look?
Yeah, sure.
I can't make out a
See,
dollar.
annoyingly, I
Hey,
did do an observation check last time, but
Well,
Yep,
let's
so,
go
for it.
difficulty 4 to peek through the hole. And see what you see.
Nice.
Nice.
Is that a crit?
3 successes.
Nice.
yes, and I won't do anything else.
Alright.
Goodbye.
So,
I retire.
so yeah,
I'll see myself.
you look inside and you get a pretty clear view of what's going on. So there's like 2 guys in there that have like knocked over tables and you're using them for cover, and they've got guns pointed at the wall. That's
The wall, which I'm just there looking through, going,
Yeah. So the tables that they've knocked over has just caused a bunch of dollar bills to just go spray over the floor. You can see at the side there's like stacked piles of money that are like bound up in tape and stuff. You can see perhaps the shine of gold bullion somewhere.
Oh,
it seems
chops.
like you definitely
this
hit,
is your wet dream, man.
it seems you definitely hit the mother load.
Is Heather there?
Is Heather there?
With a crit, you know,
We've
there's a
come to
couple of
pick up
people that are
Heather.
running like, they appear to be like pressing a button to try to get some mechanism to activate. But there's a bunch of people at the back who are like 4 or so people who are just in casual wear and they've got like accountant's hats and stuff or whatever, and they're just trying to get out.
Right. The guy with the batter push a button doesn't sound like I want him to do that.
Here it is.
Oh no,
pushing
they're
the button.
slamming the button.
Oh, he's already slamming it. Stop
Yeah,
going
yeah.
faster now.
Yeah, I mean, it took a while to make this hole, so.
Right.
We have to break this mother down. That's the only
Okay,
way.
so
Heather's
guys,
not in there.
Okay,
yeah, guys,
might be
there's
on
a
the
couple
other
of guys
side.
with
these guys
guns.
want to do this. That's very nice. So, what we can do is we can break down enough to,
Yeah, start popping through.
yeah,
Right,
but,
sure.
but a little hole. They've got wooden tables. Like seriously, they're wooden tables. They're hiding behind wooden tables. They
Sure.
think they're very smart.
Can I shoot through it? Like just
It's gonna be like you probably have to crack a couple more
Critical.
holes in there. Okay. Since you got a crit on your observation, I'll say that you can probably like you stick a gun in through like the bottom hole.
looking through one hole.
It's just- Alright guys, I got this. If I shoot that like metal
No,
thing
no,
over
just
there,
direct
it'll
me.
bounce.
Direct me. Which way do I go? Left or right?
Yeah, you've got
Okay.
you be good
So,
at shooting.
so you bash a couple more holes in it and then just like start emptying fire into the room and trying to take down these people before they can like get reinforced or anything. So give me a brawl check using agility.
All of us?
Probably just these two because I don't think there's enough space
No,
for
I think
anyone else
that's
to
very
shoot.
fair.
I'm gonna use grit.
I don't have any grit and I have one agility. I'm fucked.
Oh, I can.
Yeah. Oh, you got one agility.
I've only got one agility.
Why don't
Oh, mate.
Why don't you use it instead?
I mean, look, I told you where
so-
things are, okay?
So, let me think of the situation right now. So, the guys on the other side are pretty good gunsmen. So, there's going to be 5 to start with. But you have really good cover. You've got a fucking wall.
Entire
I'll
wall.
go down to 4. You don't have the element of surprise because you took like a good 5 minutes to clear these holes. They've got cover as well. But, like, the wall kind of helps both sides. So, the difficulty is probably going to end up
But
being.
we're against the wall. So we
Yeah,
have
but
to
they also have
follow
cover.
the wall.
They also have cover.
Oh, from the tables, the wooden tables.
Yeah, and like I guess shooting through those individual holes. is
Well,
obviously
why
gonna
don't you
be
make a
hard.
roll and see how much money they spent on those tables?
That's a good point. All right, so
Are they fancy hardwood tables, or were they cheap and
Alright,
just bought
I'm gonna
card
give-
tables?
So I'm going to give them an observation check to find good cover, and if they pass this check, then it'll be difficulty 5. And if they don't pass the check, it'll be difficulty 4.
Okay.
So I'll call it difficulty 4 because there's plenty of stuff to hide behind in here. Let's see how they do. That's a big old fail. So
Yes!
they
Nice.
scramble to find something to hide behind, but you're right. Like they've got picnic tables set up here.
It's a temporary
So-
operation.
Yeah, like it's all the money is in the money, not in the tables. And as such, like your bullets can pierce right through this shabby cover. So give me brawl check, agility, difficulty 4.
I got a full success, but is it going to be better if I have a critical success?
How did you do?
I got 0, but I'll add crit.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Hey,
partial.
so between you, Like what that really should have been was one of you makes the lead check and then one of you helps.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
but that's okay. So between you got a crit, which is pretty damn good. What's a crit do? Someone's. I've got this thing right here. It's an action reference. Okay, so on a crit, you succeed. You don't even mark status, and you get a benefit. So,
I kick down the piece of the wall, so we shoot. Guys like, maybe the gun's out of the hand, maybe they're just like,
Yeah.
We kick down the wall, and I'm holding up a brick and saying, I got a block of explosives, and if you don't all get on the floor right now and do as we say, then y'all gonna get it. And I've got a mask on.
yeah.
as done.
So definitely. So,
And I have also said, cover your faces, you fucks.
yeah. So the guys that are firing. So you managed to take down
I
the two guards who were in here, and the guys that are firing were slamming the button. It appears to be trying to activate this kind of winch elevator thingy, and that appears to have gotten stuck. Like apparently the gunfire knocked something loose, and now the way out is like jammed.
Nice.
So yeah, seeing that, they all just like get down on the floor and put their hands up their heads. God, just don't kill us! Don't kill us! Just take what you want and go.
And you cover up.
I'm holding the hat around my face.
Cover
I
your
don't have a
goddamn
bandana.
face, you
I've got my sari around my face.
All right.
Alright,
so-
nobody move. And nobody gets hurt.
Okay, so yeah, the like paper pushers down here, they're not gonna put up a fight because
And I'm gonna make
This
them an
way.
offer that they can't refuse, so they absolutely don't say anything about it. I'm gonna say, you guys are gonna get out of here and leave town immediately, or you're gonna find you and we're gonna kill you all.
We're clearly crazy.
all right.
Because the Rasides are making a comeback.
Sure, why not?
Oh, we're blaming it on them.
Okay, so yeah, they like nod and just like try to dash away. Can people give me an observation check difficulty 4?
1.
2 successes.
Nice. So you notice as they're running, like there's a bunch of money that's scattered on the floor. As they're running, some of them trying to surreptitiously just like scoop up bundles of it and just like shove it into their coat
Look, this
as
is
they
a lot.
escape.
Yeah, good for them.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay.
Any duffel bags?
Oh yeah, plenty of duffel bags.
Okay. I say we
But
take
this
as
is
much as
only
we
so
can
much.
get and then set the rest on fire.
We're not taking the money.
Holy shit, dude.
We take as much as we can, set the rest on fire,
Should
and
we-
then offer it as a peace offering and go, hey, we've got all the
No,
rest
no,
of
We're
your
not
shit,
taking
dude.
the money. This is
No,
all.
no, buddy. We buried this at the tenement. We're gonna write on the wall, Rasidi sends his love.
We're not taking the money. We're handing it in as evidence.
Look, our friend's obviously not here.
Weren't you a crooked cop?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you were a crooked
I
cop
lost
the
my
entire
badge.
time.
That doesn't mean I'm
All
crooked.
right, already. Then,
She got taken off the force by.
Do you
crooked
want to be a
cops.
crooked
Yeah.
cop?
No, we're done. You guys stay right here. Call in the whole precinct on this one.
Well, you coming from you. You
Yeah,
really
go
want...
on, do it. Go on, go call the precinct.
Alright, I'll go. As I leave.
You start bailing money out through the hole.
All right. So anyone who partakes can just like. So I'll probably give you cash.
I'm not gonna take them. I'm gonna take some bullion.
Nice.
Wait, they're already gold
So
bars, just-
anyone who wants to
They
just
should've hid
like
behind the gold
fill their
bars.
pockets can increase their cash by their muscle score.
Oh,
That seems fair.
yeah.
What's a roll on the roll or just?
No. Just like if you have 2 muscle, you get +2 cash because you just like fill in your pocket with dough. That said, I mean like it'll reset to your default value at the start of next
Also,
case. But
well, she's gone. I'm gonna go and all those
You know,
walls
like-
that we broke down. We're gonna find
Put-
some places in the underground.
Ah.
I'm gonna make a stash of bullion.
nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Hey,
We can bury a sack of
you think
gold.
this guy's rent's gonna cover my tenement operation?
I'm trying to find a payphone.
Surely there's a
So-
phone in the room.
Yeah, it's pretty hard because so you go back into the sewer and you have to find a manhole
Yeah.
and then get back up on the street and then find a payphone. And the
there
place is
help?
probably going to be swarming with Petrucci's by that point.
Is there no
Okay,
phone
yeah.
in
So-
the
I'm
room?
gonna like see how hard it is, and then.
In the room? That's a good question.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty
No,
observant.
I'd
No.
say
would've been
no
calling
because
it.
if there was, they would certainly have called someone.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to say to benefit you guys, they didn't get a call out, but at the same time,
Alright, I leave a bit. It takes me 5 minutes, and then I'm like, wait a second,
Yeah.
this makes no sense. And then come back.
it's like,
All right, well, let's all go with. I don't. Does it look like there's a place where they keep prisoners down here?
no, there's just cages full of cash
All right, well,
and collateral, but all sorts of weird stuff down here as well.
Okay, documents.
Sure.
Someone want to do? Hey, boss, check and see if there's any of those important documents.
All
We
right,
might be able to get
I go
something
through
on this
everything.
Ferrucci guy.
Give me a dig deep check.
Education.
That is education, and
Yep.
someone can help him.
I'll give you a hand.
Does a good doctor have 2 or 3 education?
3.
3. All right, so maybe you make the lead check, and you.
Yeah. You make the lead check.
If anyone else wants to do it on their own, you can totally do that as well.
I got a 5.
We'll look
What was the
around, see if I
difficulty?
can find anything important.
Well, you've got it right there. What exactly are you looking for?
Any
Blackmail.
documentation on their
Somebody's-
operation?
Or
Something super sensitive.
the
on like
event.
what's coming up.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also still saying, we burned the place.
I'm looking for
Come
something.
on, this is
Not,
an
it's
operation.
freaking evidence.
Sure. Okay, so
Classy is mine.
yeah, difficulty to find that will probably be 4 because it's pretty recent.
Okay.
So how many senses did you get?
2.
2. Cool.
Yeah.
Ask me some questions.
What is the event?
Okay. So there's. So, yeah, you hear. So you look through the records to find out what's coming up. That's like got everyone stirred up, and you find the name of a ship called like the Ave Maria, which is coming into port tomorrow. Apparently carrying a fleet of like foreign vehicles, so Italian cars, that kind of thing. Yeah, and so you see some other records that like, and maps and things pointing things out that they plan to like basically hit that shipment. You'll have to spend more dust to figure out more specifics about it.
Do we care about that, or do we just want to get our friend back?
But
and
to
hand
be
him
honest,
the case?
I think we've gone in too deep here. We were
I mean-
supposed to.
That is valuable information to the right parties.
I will
Dog.
say, if we report this to the cops, the good cops, not the dirty cops.
It's really hard to find the distinction at this
I know
time.
it is.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is that Petrucci's not going to stop following us without a bullet in his
Is there
head.
anything I want to? Look,
Wait,
boss, boss Dusty. There's got to be some single thing in this room that's worth so much that the boss is gonna bargain his friend.
Yeah.
for us.
Is
So you've got another die on that
Yes.
on that dig deep.
oh.
It's gotta be something like
Is-
something to do with
Is
his
there anything
family.
we can
Something.
threaten Petrucci with?
Well, what kind of we
So
Something he wants. Maybe an
secret
artifact. Look, there's all this
rumor?
junk in the corner. Maybe some of this stuff is
Secret or
worth
rumor?
something.
Full?
Yeah, a secret or rumor about
Okay, cool.
one
so
of his weaknesses.
that shipment, I'll give you that because it's like probably important. So you dig further, and that shipment, you find records that it belongs to. Hold on, I've got names. Yeah, it belongs to the Lucettis, which are like an established crime family in the city. Not only that, but each one of those cars, the trunk is loaded with coke.
Okay.
So
Wait. I didn't think coke was illegal.
cocaine. It's not legal. It's known as candy. It's pretty valuable. So yeah, like
but
not
it's-
only
it's
is it
over-
a fleet
it's
of
over the
cars,
counter.
it's also a lot of drugs.
Mhm.
So grabbing that is going to be a huge score. And furthermore, yeah, like it's a big deal.
Okay.
Well, maybe
Apparently, the
it's-
Alright.
specifics of the operation, you can't find anything about that here, but definitely like they're interested in it.
I think we've got something on these cars, guys. If we not blow up this place,
I'm not
but
saying
instead
blow up,
the ship
but
with all the.
Why are we blowing up anything?
I was just saying. think
We have
about
to
his
blow up
operation,
something,
guys.
alright?
His operation would go down pretty fast without all this money to pay his workers.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we turn it in for evidence.
Well, the cops can get it. Yeah, let's do that.
Well, I mean, if the crooked
Although you
cops
were on
have
about
it-
shooting him in the head.
You're right. Honestly, you are right about the crooked cops, though.
I mean, look at it this way: the crooked cops aren't gonna like give it back to the mafia.
Yeah.
They're gonna take it for themselves.
That's
So
very
it might
true.
not end up in evidence, but it's not gonna end up back in his pocket.
Is there an orphanage near here where we could just shovel all the money? Feel like maybe doing some good.
Give me an education check. A difficulty 4.
I got 1-4.
Tell me, what orphanage is near here that you'd like to make a very generous donation to?
Hey, Sharps, you know of any orphanages?
Shot in the dark orphanage.
We start our own charity and use this money to funnel into it.
Chops Orphanage for Troubled Youths.
I'd rather start the Chops Fund for Bahamian escapes. But, I'll settle for an orphanage. I don't know what to look, guys, but there's only so much money we're going to take. Maybe
And I think we're missing the point that our friend Heather's still missing.
Oh, yeah.
True. She's in big
yeah.
danger.
Let's take this evidence and let's get out of here.
Sorry, guys.
How much money can we feasibly carry in sacks?
Like I said, cash equal to your muscle score. Basically.
I was actually joking.
We need to take something from this that we can bargain with for our friend, is what I'm saying. Is there anything in here?
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
like-
give me an observation check. Difficulty's going to be 5.
For bad cop to work, does it have to be in the room?
Strictly speaking, no.
Bad.
Oh, yeah.
Could I use...
I shouldn't have
As long as you
last
know
time.
him,
Because
I think you can
like
use
I've
it.
tangled with
You know what it was?
Petrucci before.
Yeah.
So can I use bad cop and this room, being in this room?
To figure out what here would be. Okay,
Is
that's
like-
cool. Okay. So, yeah, I'd say so. I'd say you could use that to give advantage to the observation check to find a bonus die.
I really wish you would have told me that before. I've already
Well,
rolled.
an extra die.
Yeah, so suppose an extra die on it.
Throw an extra die in. Don't.
So
Don't
difficulty 5. So,
God, this is a lot of pressure for one dice,
So
guys.
yeah, like the way this works is you've dealt with Petrucci before, and you know, like, A, he loves his money. Boy, does he love his money. And you know what he really hates? People taking his money. And you also know like what he deals in that's like particularly valuable. And these are like bonds and things, not just like paper money. These are like properties,
these
debts,
deeds, yeah.
big things. And some of those might be down here too. How did you do?
You would not believe it.
No.
3 2s and a 3.
3 2s and a 3.
Can somebody assist?
Yeah, can someone assist?
Like you're,
Someone assist.
yeah, I'll let you assist as well because technically, that is an.
Can we add a grit to it?
Yes.
I don't have any grit.
I do, and I slam the floorboard. That was a 3.
Okay, so you look around for the good stuff, but it seems that apparently, Caesar keeps all that stuff elsewhere because you tear the place apart while there's like banging from above and people trying to get in, but the elevator's bloody stuck. And you can't find them. Apparently he keeps those like either on his property or with his lawyer or something, or they're just like in the ether.
Alright,
Check the
I say we...
I could check the ether.
I say we fill up the car with all of his money.
Yeah.
What, so he comes after us?
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
bargaining chip, but the moment he doesn't know who's doing this.
you wrote
Make
the
educated
crime
checks.
family's name on the
You can
wall.
make an educated check. Yeah.
An educated guess, not an educated check.
Hold on a second. But then now we know another name, so we don't need to write the Recedes. We've got the other rival's actual legit.
Yeah,
the
the
The Chetty.
Lachetti.
yeah, Lachetti.
Jetty.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So we can go. Let's just take some money, and Lachetti says. Lachetti sends his regards, and let's spend the rest of the money.
Yeah.
The Luchettis send their regards.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, you leave that scrawled. You just like paint it on the wall of money in red paint.
Paint?
Wait,
Sure.
didn't we have some didn't guys get shot?
Oh, no! I put
Just
in my
saying,
foot
we've
down.
got some red paint right there, guys.
Yeah, you and me, we're taking a walk.
Human
You
paint.
used to be a detective. Anyway.
No,
but yes.
I'll tell you what. I'll just. There's got to be something flammable down here.
Yeah, you can just scorch it into the wall.
We'll burn all the money.
You want
Yell up the elevator shaft. Lucetti sends his regards! You incompetent freaks!
Cool. And then you just set fire to the whole place.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Can
start.
we walk out in slow motion while it's on fire behind us?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Although you probably want to
Time
move a bit
passes
faster than that
normally,
because the
we just
fumes are
walk
going to be
out
real
slowly.
bad. So yeah,
That
you
means if he did have buns in here.
yeah. So you set the match. You toss it behind you through the ruined wall, and then just like walk real cool past the ocean of rats. As the whole room just like ignites behind you, and then there's like just this cloud of smoke of burnt money that like envelops all of you, and you walk back out into the sewer and into the street.
Oh, we go a long way through the
Oh yeah,
underground.
yeah. You keep walking for a while.
Oh yeah.
All right, so where are you going?
I think, against my better judgment, I'm going back to the office because I remember a very cheap bottle of bourbon being
Yep.
there, and I'm hoping so hard that it's still there.
All right, so a lot of you return to the office to like put your plan into motion to send these messages, and they finally get your friend back. And when you open the door, you see on the ruined desk Heather sitting there with a half-empty bottle of bourbon
And a fistful of
Just
jewels.
walking in
and
there.
a fistful of jewels.
Yeah. I just want to walk in there and go, I hope no one's touched my bourbon.
Okay, so I woke up and I reach over to JJ and
I'll
I
be back,
pull
Charles.
out a file of cash from his jacket and put it on the table, and I reach into my pocket and I pull out a couple of gold bullions and I put it on the table with your jewels, and I go, so I reckon this will buy us a vacation. We should probably leave soon.
Oh, sounds about right. All right.
Yeah.
So, like, there's not much else to do. Yeah, you managed to. So, with Heather safe, like, it's your choice
makes
what you do from here. You don't really. You've got some leverage, and you can spend it however you want. Okay, so as in that is an evidence point. They're planning a hit on the Lucetti's Lucetti shipment. You can use that to like threaten Petrucci and get him off your back, or you can like send word to the Lucettis to warn them that the attack's happening.
Or there's another option. We got a lot of evidence. We can take all these evidence points and we can give them to the feds. We can
Or you can
get
do that.
your friends to go above the corruption in the city and take it to the next level.
Or
While
we
we
do
Yeah, and
bail.
give it to the
both.
corruption on the next level.
Yeah.
How about
And
this?
in
We
the
do
meanwhile,
both. Tell everyone.
I reckon we disappear, scatter,
Mm.
go on that vacation.
Well, maybe, but that might be a bit obvious. I reckon we just sit on this and we can take all this money and we can put it into assets, renewable assets like this tenement.
What are we doing about the kid?
Oh yeah.
They'll be fine as long as Petrucci's out of the picture. The kid will be safe. So maybe we should tell the Lucettis.
Tell the charities.
Yeah.
Pretty
Then
much
they'll
I'll word
kill
to the car.
Petrucci.
I'd rather go to the police.
Well,
but,
we'll do
you know.
both because the cops aren't going to kill.
Why don't we just?
Pachetti.
Why don't we? No, maybe we do both.
Tucci.
Why don't we tell?
That was it.
Lucia, why don't we tell everybody?
Mm.
And then
Panini.
we take this money and we buy ourselves a case of cheap whiskey, and we hire that warehouse across the road from the meeting point on the dock, and we sit and we laugh. And we watch the town burn.
As long
Front row
as
seat.
Barnaby comes with us, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Well, Barnaby's obviously invited. I sent him the invite earlier. He's bringing the
Okay,
sausages.
Cool.
Nice. Okay, so you spread the word to like everybody.
But secretly, so they don't know. So they're all gonna like rock up at the same time. It's like, gotta keep it secret. You gotta ambush them.
Okay. So I'll give.
I'm gonna.
Oh.
We're not gonna warn Eddie.
I thought you were gonna. Like you tell the police as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
No,
we're
sorry.
warning-
everybody.
And
We're
Eddie's,
warning-
so Eddie's
warning
gonna plan
everyone.
a sting with the
So-
feds. The
Alright,
Lucians
yeah,
are gonna
okay.
plan a sting because
Alright.
they want to do it, and then the
Yeah.
Petrucci's
So
gonna
the
be
question-
all on edge because somebody's just hit them,
Yeah.
and it's just gonna explode like
Yeah.
a powder
Yeah.
keg.
The big question is, does Petrucci figure out that it's a setup? Because if he does, he's gonna pull the plug on it, right? So if word gets back to him, he's going to make an education check.
I used, just for reference,
Yes.
on the bankers that we let live, I used an
Yep.
offer you can't refuse on those
Yes, you
guys.
did. And you can, like, tell them, you can get them to spread the word that it was Luchetti, or you can get them to say whatever they want in the event they get caught, or they can just disappear quietly and never be seen again.
When they disappear quietly and never be seen again.
Yeah, okay, cool. So no one still alive knows that you guys hit the vault, which is A+ for you. Let's see. So he's gonna make an education check. He's gonna try to figure out that the whole plan is going south. He's got people in the cops, so I'm gonna call it difficulty 4. Let's see how he does. That's a partial.
Is there anything we can do?
Yeah, can we like
Yeah.
bribe some cops?
Because we've got money.
You got a lot of money. All right.
You know
So-
the wrong. You know the bad cops.
All right. So if you want to spend a bunch of money, and given that all we said, Adventure's about to end anyway, it's
Maybe
gonna
you could
disappear.
just
I'll spend two.
Spend a bunch of money and just be like, maybe
It's
this
gonna be fun.
doesn't get back to Petrucci.
Just this one time.
Uh-huh. Yeah, like this burly cop with like a stiff mustache. He just like takes your wad of cash, slips into his coat and says, I have no idea what you're talking about. And it's also the guy who got you kicked off the force. So whoever he is. Uh-huh. And so yeah, that drives up difficulty, which means he fails. And so the next day, the headlines read,
We're on the docks. We're going to the warehouse.
okay, you're actually going. So
We
yeah,
go across.
Yeah. So you
we're going
find-
across from Pier 19. So we're Pier.
Yeah,
Pier
you
36.
find a
Just
nice
with binoculars,
warehouse.
Just going, oh yeah.
You
Some
find a nice
maybe
warehouse
watch the
and
work.
get a nice vantage point on top of the building and look over the scene as it happens. A ship pulls in, and a fleet of trucks, like you know those vehicle move kind of trucks where you like park vehicles on top and the bottom
Yeah.
part of it. They come in. Yeah, they come in and start parking and get ready to load the cars. When the Luchetti guys start coming out from various hiding places and surround the trucks. There's some shouting and some people trying to react, and then there's just a hail of just like Tommy gun fire as all the truck drivers are mowed down.
And then the police.
Yes, and then there is the unmistakable wail of sirens as lots
Wait
of
for it.
as lots of Fed cars just like roll in and lock down the whole pier, and like some of the mobsters try to shoot, try to start a gunfight. Most of them try to run, and the ones that fight are quickly put down. The rest of them are chased up, and there's like a massive bust where a whole lot of Luchettis get captured. The cars themselves get thrown into the Evans locker. A lot of the cocaine mysteriously disappears. But yeah, the lot of you don't receive any recognition for this because the police chief says it was a massive interagency operation, years into planning, working out exactly when this was going to happen, setting it all up, and he commends his loyal and great officers and thanks his assistants from the FBI, that kind of thing. Your names never come up,
So long
which
as
is
Charlie
probably
gets
for the
appropriate
best.
intimidation.
As Petrucci, like a bunch of cops go to Petrucci's house to try to deal with him and get him under wraps and behind bars, and find that he is gone. The whole mansion is just uninhabited. So he is in the wind, but because your name was kept out of the papers, he doesn't know it was you that did it. So, a lot of you walk up along on the train station, heading out to Portland with Lorelei and Leo, and yeah, she says, I can't believe it worked. Well, I mean, he might not be gone, but we definitely got a head start on him.
Yeah.
I can't thank you enough. And you escaped on your own? What happened?
That's one hell of a story.
Well, I mean, we got a long train ride to talk about it.
Sure.
Yeah, any of you who want to skip town should Might still be wise.
Well, we might want to have a little conversation with our employer about some
Oh,
kind
what?
of compensation.
Teresa Mosley.
Because you need more money.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, to be fair, we
Uh-huh.
sold the case and plus.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of other things she didn't ask
Yeah, but
for.
she didn't.
She also,
ask.
she also said she'd pay us more if we found out who shot him.
That's
so
true.
we should be getting
Oh,
double
we did
bank
find
on
out.
this.
That's true.
Plus, I just want to see her face
Uh-huh.
in reaction to a bunch of questions.
Oh, man. You... Let's do it.
Sure.
Sorry, I
So-
lost my train of thought.
Yeah, some of you. Okay, you can have done this in other order, and you all be there to talk to Teresa. And so she's still at the hospital, and Lucas has awakened. Yay! And so he's like been downgraded out of the ICU, so he can receive visitors. And she's there with him, holding his hand when you arrive. He says, "Oh, Lucas, these are the pet dicks I taught you about. Have you found anything?" It's a word. It's not. Don't give me that look.
Well,
Anyway,
boss, you want to lay it out for our
Well,
employees?
we found out who shot your husband, and he's going away for a very long time.
Actually, Horace is completely in the wind.
Still tell her that he's going away for a very long time.
When we say going away, you know,
Well, he's disappeared. So he's
He's
gone
got a very
somewhere.
nice fancy pair of shoes now.
and sunglasses.
And sunglasses.
And Lorelai,
She got out safely.
oh, thank God. I can't thank you enough. Please, if just. He Teresa shushers him and says, "Well, I'd say you've more than done your jobs. Thank you, honestly. I can't imagine how hard this was for you to do. I heard in the news some kind of massive shootout on the docks. Does that have anything to do with this?"
Nope, not at all.
What's a shootout?
we were just
Ducks?
we were busy having a we were busy having a family barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ask Barnaby, we have an alibi.
A team building exercise, you know. We already
Definitely.
had it all wrapped up by now.
Sounds good. Yeah. So Therese, she got tears in her eyes, and she says, "Well, definitely. Like I said, double your fee, whatever it was. I just can't begin to thank you enough. I don't know what I would do if I lost him." And so yeah, she graces each of you with a hug, and writes you out a big old check, which goes back into the whiskey fund.
Yeah.
And so, as a lot of you return to your, except for those of you who went on a train to get out of town just in case, you return to your office. What was it called again?
Shot in the dark.
Yeah, Shot in the Dark. You'll walk towards the door with like the Shot in the Dark logo on it.
Does it
swing
still-
it open? You swing it open and the broken fan still
looks like crap.
overhead. Walk in and slam the door behind you, and there's a crash as the ceiling fan just comes down. And we go to credits.
JJJ wanted to have a post-credit scene where
yeah.
he uses his contact.
Oh, nice.
I call my mom.
Alright, now tell me about your mom.
She's a lovely dame. Legal secretary. Thing. Mostly does filing and stuff.
Alright, so you pick up the phone, and it rings through, and it picks up and says, Murphy and Murphy's. How can I help you?
Hey, Ma.
JJJ!
Yeah.
Oh, you never call.
I know. Well,
It's good to hear you, son.
I got the money for you.
You got the money?
Yeah, we're going to Delaware.
Roll credits.
Again, the credits keep rolling for a little bit, and then credits come back in, and then Theo's coming home one day. It's like shit, like he's at the docks. He's like watching it all go up in smoke, like looking down at his fake splint. Goes, puts it back on, nice and tight. Just walks away as the police sirens roll in. Walks in through the alleys, gets to his mom's house, opens the door. It's like I'm sitting there. You're late for the lasagna, Theo. Did I forget to mention that I need an offsider for an upcoming job?
Well, I get this weird feeling that I'm now unemployed.
I left a down payment in your mother's trunk.
Well, consider myself hired then.
Excellent.
That works out. Cool.
Awesome.
You don't get your badge back. It's sad.
No, but you know what? I'm going Petrucci hunting.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
going like full. I don't need a badge.
Give us a
Take
scene.
all.
Give us a scene in the
Alright.
Italian.
So yeah, I've got an idea as well. If you want to go for this.
Yes.
So, you get off the train, and behind you is Lorelei and Leo, because you figure wherever Leo goes, Petrucci's gonna follow.
If I can protect some innocence at the same time.
And so, as they go off to start their new lives, you are 5 steps behind them, their guardian angel, following them at every turn. One day, he'll appear, and one day, you'll be ready for him.
This whole operation is funded with dirty money. But that's what it takes to be a good cop in the world.
Well, no badge,
Uh-huh.
no rules, no shackles, only good morals.
Yeah. All you need is a gun and a pocket full of money, and a couple of gold bullion.
And what about Dusty's monologue? Epilogue.
I feel like me and Barnaby are gonna skip town and open a crystal and Chinese food store.
Yep.
Nice. But where in
And
the
like-
world is Carmen Sandiego?
Well, I mean
I
that's
mean,
the
where in the
question,
world is
isn't it?
Dusty Moonray?
We are going to settle in Australia.
Why not? Yeah, and so like the Chinese food is placed on just salt bricks,
Yeah.
which adds extra flavor. And yeah, what you don't tell people is that they're actually just salt licks that you got from like a cow farm. But people are just like, oh yeah, it's really unique flavor. It's more that just the incense in the air, they can't really taste anything anyway.
Well, I didn't decide to take any of the money because I don't believe in material things like that. So I couldn't just fund all these salt bricks. I had to cheap out somewhere.
Yeah, you took a couple of the jewels because like, well, the crystals.
Yeah.
I could take that. That's fine. And yeah, in fact, some of those stolen jewelry items are scattered and decorating the shop. In fact, there's a bead door. There's a like bead curtain at the front door that looks like it's just tacky like beads and whatever else, but it's actually just each of those is a really valuable gem. It's just it looks like it shouldn't be there.
I'm just imagining on top of the counter is St. Michael's hammer to mount it on the wall.
Yeah.
But I had to return it. It's
Yeah,
the
just
artifact.
framed on the wall. St. Michael's sledgehammer. Perfect. And Heather, our escape artist.
Heather takes a holiday to like a mountainous lakeside in Canada where she starts writing her book about being a hostage and how to escape.
Are you still wearing the mustache?
She still has it, and occasionally when she needs to like feel it in the moment for a chapter, she'll just put it on for the memories.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Smells
the
like
smell
memories.
brings
Perfect.
flashbacks to being taken and thrown into the back of a car.
Yeah. And so this book is released and it's like a bestseller, which means that your publisher gets a lot of money.
Thank you for joining us for another gripping installment of Indie Games Spotlight. We'll be back next week with the first episode in the second story arc of our ongoing Dungeons & Dragons campaign, The 7 Masks of Mayhem. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button to stay abreast of all future installments from Tabletop Dynasties.